Winters fakes, pumps, up, and good.
And Anderson gets in on the belly, Pete Rose style. Dad, have you been any prouder?
Shot off. There's Pena on a one-timer.
Oh! Back to Bowers to Valguera. He'll launch a three at the buzzer. He got it! Oh, my God! Keep on going. That one is belted deep to left and way gone.
Here comes Coburn for three. Nothing but that.
There goes Bates. Touchdown! Touchdown! And welcome everybody to Canyon Lake Broadcasting, Voice of the Hawks. Coming to you live from Judson ISD in San Antonio. And welcome everybody to joining us here in our pregame show. Canyon Lake Broadcasting, Voice of the Hawks. We are coming into a stadium that we've never broadcast from, and it's very exciting times here. It's our 369th broadcast. Canyon Lake Broadcasting out here with our production crew as the norm. Finally getting things underway. What a great view, what a great facility, and a great host Judson Independent School District has been here. We're up 4 floors in the Judson ISD Rutledge Stadium here in the northeast part of town. And, we have a view that just goes on for miles and miles and miles.
Yeah, you got a picture right there of the old Converse Judson water tower, so that's a good shot. Thanks for getting that dialed up for us, Corey.
Yeah, you bet.
It's good to be here. We're 4 stories up, man. This is high toned.
We are. We feel like we've been elevated not only in height but in stature in the community as well. If you could just see the layout here inside the booth, it's you would think, wow, we've made it to the big time. When actually it's just really the same 3 guys here, minus one of our camera operators here.
Yeah, we got our kids coming, and we'll get them on.
They'll be
shortly.
here. They'll be here in a minute. They're on the way. A lot of traffic. But somebody who did make it here, all the way from Glen Rose, Texas, in top speed, probably should run. He should probably be on the Cannonball Run. Right?
Yes.
Is LJ Anderson.
I'm here. Not only am I excited to be here, but I knew how nice this facility was going to be, so I dressed up for it.
He did. Look at him. He's outdone us.
I'm going to get that booth can up here in just a second.
It's embarrassing. I'm over here.
I was not able to even ditch the tie, but and for all the fine men in blue out there, the F-350 that has a tail number on it, mine is red. Yeah. It wasn't me. It was not me.
You look good, LJ, coming from Glen Rose. Had a family friend of the family pass away.
We did.
And so you had to do what you had to do, and you still made it here before the Mighty Hawk Band. So you're aces, man.
Well,
you're aces.
And I don't know if I was a flying ace. I was certainly a flying ace coming in, but I'm excited to be here. This is a great facility and a fantastic venue to watch a football game. With the weather's nicer now too.
It is. It's nice.
And what a fantastic view. We are right here on the flight path of Randolph Brooks Air Force Base
Training Center.
And I'm looking at a control tower right now, and on one of the control towers,
the original. Control tower.
Yeah, and so we're liable to have some live action. I mean, planes coming in and all kinds of good stuff.
We might have a flyover.
Yeah, Judson ISD has a number of schools underneath it. One of them is Wagner, Veterans Memorial Patriots, who we're playing tonight. Judson Rockets, which we all know, 88, 93, 92, and 95 state champions.
Yep.
The Rutledge, Coach Rutledge, it was the coach there who has a stadium named after him.
That's right.
And very long history there of Rocket football being good in San Antonio, goes without saying. And we're glad to be here tonight with us. Chad Palmer will be joining us tonight. Canyon Lake Broadcasting Club will be here for students who are just now pulling into the area. And a lot of traffic getting here, a lot of congestion, a lot of construction going on here. But nevertheless, we're on the air, and we thank y'all for joining us tonight.
We have players down on the field. That's we're supposed to start at 7, and that is only 25 minutes away.
I don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening right at 7. We'll obviously be here. You're safely at home or wherever you happen to be at watching it. Maybe you're en route. And you're like, hey, are we going to get there in time?
Yeah.
You can watch again.
Maybe you're in Lytle sitting there and having barbecue.
You could be in Lytle. You could be in a lot of places. But we're glad to have you with us.
Absolutely.
And, it's going to be a good one.
So last year we don't have too big of a pregame show, but we thought we'd be starting in about 10 or 20 minutes, like Darren said. So we were just going to keep things short. So we're going to try to follow that motto, get a lot of our sponsors in here. I know typically LJ has the task of going into these towns that we play and finding particular things you may or may not know.
And I did.
So so I'm gonna divide you up a little bit here. And we're gonna get a little bit here because we go on the air and we only have 30 minutes for that. And we need to hear everything that you've done, and I look forward to it with great anticipation.
It is. There's nuggets.
My nuggets.
My nuggets in that whole thing.
The Hawk. What is the Hawk Traveler? Are you the Hawk Traveler? Hawk Roving Reporter Traveler guy?
Oh, yeah. The Hawk Country Reporter.
Hawk Country Reporter. How could I forget that?
Yeah. Although today I am the Hawk Traveler. I was like, yeah, sure enough.
Yeah,
I drove 700 miles to get here.
I'm telling you, it took the Speed Racer School of Driving to get here, but we're good to be here. Welcome, everybody. We'll go over some stats and facts. These teams met last year at Canyon Lake, and the Patriots came away as a 31-28 win, and a tale of two different offenses. I will tell you that the athletic abilities of the people in the red, white, and blue, the Patriots, their skilled positions are very fast, but we're going to go to a commercial break and pay some homage to our sponsors. Without them, this would not be possible. So we'll be back in just a minute. Stay tuned.
Have a heavy load? Call the professionals. Huth Transport can haul fifth wheels, travel and horse trailers, boats, ATVs, and so much more. Veteran owned and operated, Huth Transport is the reliable help you need. Call 210-373-1998. Again, that's 210-373-1998, or find us on Facebook. Let's go, Lake.
That Canyon Lake sunset doesn't get old. It's why most of our family and friends want to come visit all the time. The charm and beauty of the hill country, who could resist it? But like you, I don't have room for everybody at the house. The elegant solution is to let Bunkhouse be your guest bedroom. For less than the price of taking them out to dinner, your guest can have a safe and comfortable retreat after long days of exploring the hill country.
I want to thank our sponsor, North Shore United Methodist Church, for their continued support of Canyon Lake Broadcasting and the students of Canyon Lake High School. North Shore is the home of the fifth quarter, giving high school students of Canyon Lake a safe place to hang out, eat, and fellowship with friends after each varsity home game out on the pavilion. If you're personally looking for a church home, we invite you to check us out online or visit us in person each Sunday morning, where Pastor Sherry Clifton is bringing the message of hope and joy.
At Lucky Sports Bar and Grill, you won't fail to see the Big Texas personality. Come watch some of your favorite sports while enjoying our great food or an ice-cold beverage from our full-service bar. You can choose between indoor or outdoor patio-wasted seating. Lucky's is now open until 11 p.m. every Friday, varsity home games. Go Hawks! We're located at 18100 FM 306. And we're open daily, and you can find our hours at luckysportsbarandgrill.com or give us a call at 830-935-3115.
Lately, we've all experienced more inside our home. And our homes have experienced more of us. More dishwashing, more clothes washing, and more action figure rescue missions. And after 50 years of rescues, Mr. Reuter Plumbing Service Professionals are equipped to handle anything. We're your neighbor. You can call anytime, and we'll be there, because we've been here all along.
We are Brookshire Brothers, selling groceries and growing communities since 1921. Giving back is how we celebrate. Your family, your town, your future. Come celebrate with us. Brookshire Brothers.
Hey Hawk fans, with Comal County and surrounding areas being amongst the fastest growing areas in the country, you need a realtor you can trust. Call Stephen Crisp with Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services. Steve has lived here for over 20 years and is up to date and knowledgeable about the current real estate market here in Hawk Country. From Don Johnson Company, located in Canyon Lake, Steve is ready to assist you whether in buying or selling in our local market. If you own real estate and would like a no-obligation market analysis on the current value of your property, give Steve a call at 830-832-0257. Go Hawks!
Voice of the Hawks coming to you from San Antonio Judson ISD, DW Rutledge Stadium. I'm glad to be with y'all tonight. Glad that y'all are on the air with us. We thank everybody for joining us as usual. Probably have some fans from the Patriot Nation there, Veterans Memorial Patriots, on the Vine tonight as well. There's some other TV stations here, so we'll have the crowd favorites back at home, always watching Canyon Lake Broadcasting. Grandpa Bill in Mississippi, he'll be out there on the Vine tonight, and we'll pay homage to him. And we got a lot of giveaways from our sponsors tonight. We got the glamping and the teepees, the Hoot transport cars. We've got the knife machine that sharpens so well that LJ swears by from Capital Farm Credit. David Harrison out there as well. And some of the other sponsors, Meemaw's Tacos, we'll be giving those away tonight as well. Homecoming night tonight here at Veterans Memorial Patriot Stadium. Actually, it's Rutledge Stadium, for the Patriots. And so we'll have probably a longer halftime than usual. I don't know if the band's going to play or not. Sometimes they do or don't travel when those big nights of homecomings and big schools like this, because it takes a good 30, 40 minutes for those bands to play during a homecoming. Well, that's to be determined. We'll make a run as well as we can. But because if the Hawk band's out there,
we're going to play it.
We're going to get it.
We're going to give
Absolutely.
it to them. Yeah, for sure.
Got some improvements on our microphone capabilities, reaching down on that field down there.
We overcome some challenges we had last week. We should be able to give you a little audio like we plan normally.
Yeah, normally. But we're glad to have you all tonight. Big game tonight. Last year, Canyon Lake invited the Patriots down, and Canyon Lake walked out with a 31-28 loss. And it was a good matchup. And so the Patriots are a Division II 5A team. They've got speed and talent everywhere. Canyon Lake's going to have a hard time trying to find those edges on some jet sweeps tonight because they can go lateral so well with those talented special skill players. Last year, Veterans Memorial with 13 of 21, 198 yards total offense, or in passing, 163 yards in the rushing category. And one of the problems that Canyon Lake had, which if there's Achilles heel with the defense, it might be the inexperienced people back in the secondary. But they've improved a little bit over the years. But we've had some really tough opponents, and the coaching staff at Canyon Lake High School says, "Look, we're going to find the toughest guys to play in our area. Always a 5A team, except for Blimberly. So we can build ourselves from that, because the district's all that really matters, as we all know." And if you're looking at Veterans Memorial, they played MacArthur. They won 46-24. They played Taft. They got beat 49-17. So if you take away in Hardendale, they won 42-19. So Hardendale and MacArthur, not a big powerhouse football. So you're looking at those scores, and that'll tell you that they can get up and down pretty quick.
Yep.
And the number of points that the Patriots have put on the scoreboard this year, 105 total points, and they've allowed 92 points. So is there a little inkling, well, hey, their weak spot may be that they can be scored on?
Yeah, can we put some offensive points together and keep pace? That's going to be the question.
Well, LJ is usually the guy that does the
analysis.
The analysis for the opposition team, and I didn't know he was going to be here. He got here faster than Batman around and coming out.
We weren't planning on this.
Yeah, so I'm improvising, which I'm going to now segue.
We are by an Air Force base. I flew in.
So now I'm going to do the proverbial segue. Darren, can I segue to LJ?
Segue. Yeah, let's segue.
So let's get a little bit now, because we're running short on time, about that Patriot offensive defense.
Well, Bobby Irwin is running the show now. This is his second year at the helm, and obviously had a great year last year. Made it all to the regional semifinals. This Memorial team has made the playoffs 5 out of 5 years. 5 out of the 5 years of their entire existence. Now, when you think about Veterans Memorial, you think you're expecting a team that's been around for 50, 60 years, but this is a brand new team. Interesting fact: they were actually named something different, and they changed their name at the last minute. But they were named after the 7-year think his name is Willis Maxley, and he was the superintendent of schools at Judson. They named the school after him. That met controversy, so now they're the Veterans Memorial Patriots. Anyway, this is a different team than you saw last year, Corey. This team is probably 80 to 85% run. Against Harlandale, they had 416 yards on the ground. Against us last year, far less. They only had 86 yards in the air. Again, far less than they had last year. And it's been a team that for the first 3 games was quite frankly searching for the cornerback or the quarterback to really figure out how this is going to come together. So they have finally settled on number 4, Dixon, who is extremely consistent. His passing accuracy is incredible, generally about 68 to 70%. But they're only going to throw the ball anywhere from 13 to 17 times, as they've shown against Taft, Harlandale, and their the first game that they played. And sorry that escapes me. I've been driving too much. But all told, every game they've been under 100 yards passing, but been extremely accurate. So, they can pass the pill around, but that's not what they depend on. Interestingly enough, Travion Warren,
number 10, senior.
Yes, and he has just evolved. He was not even mentioned in Dave Campbell's. I mean, this guy has just come literally out of nowhere, not only on the offensive side of the ball, but on the defensive side, and he has done a fantastic job. Last week having four tackles for a loss and I believe 1 pick. And out of that linebacker spot, on offense, he lit it up. I mean, he exploded last week. He was 10 attempts for 153 yards and 1 touchdown, and just did an exceptional job. So this guy can run the rock and is just now started to show up. As a matter of fact, he did not even play in the first game versus Harlandale. He saw his first appearance in Taft, 4 carries for 44 yards. They decided to use him more in the offense, and against the last team, he just exploded on the scene. So that's who we're looking for. Linebacking, they've got a couple of good people that are seniors. They've got 6 returning on offense, 6 returning on defense. Do a great job. Here's the thing. They are susceptible in the secondary, and we have seen the ability for us to get into space. So if we can get past that initial layer, then we have a good opportunity to score, and we have seen that. Taft exploited that. The thing that you can do to shut down this Veterans Memorial team is to stop the run. If you can defend the run, they are not going to beat you on the pass. And, after watching, film while flying down the road with my wife driving.
But your wife was driving.
That's right. Now, by the way,
you weren't doing it in driving.
No, I've got
safety first. Now.
My wife did a great job, and I've got to give a shout out to her. We do want to apologize to the Orkin truck driver for giving him a colonoscopy on the way up here because we almost had a wreck. We definitely had a brown pants moment. But we made it. I am safe. We are happy to be here, and I was able to get the research done. And
how come we didn't find that on the background search before we hired him?
Well,
it was fantastic teamwork.
What kind of outfit are you running here?
Well, we didn't say he wouldn't break any rules. But he said he would be here and be.
This poor Orkin man probably just was in a barn or something, getting rid of mice.
I guarantee he may have turned in his little pump sprayer. He might not ever want to kill anything the rest of
I'm sure it was more than his pump sprayer that went berserk.
I looked up and I thought I was going to become a bug man there for a second. But anyway, this is a good Veterans Memorial team. They're
skilled position, a lot of speed.
A lot of speed. Now, this is the thing. Dixon, who's emerged as their quarterback, has wheels, and he has averaged somewhere between 78 to 85 yards each game on foot. So the guy can carry the rock. And
he
he is mobile, and that has been also an Achilles for Canyon Lake, is a quarterback that can move around in the pocket, that can cause indecisiveness in the secondary, and that can, make forward progress and just kind of freeze the secondary
So
up.
Clinton Dixon will be probably shadowed tonight by number 56, a sophomore, Uresti. Another person to help on the inside with that run. I'm not going to say he's near the speed of Dixon, but that'll be Wunderlich, our middle linebacker, number 40. He'll be back and playing tonight after injury in the second game. So when you're talking about that guy, how can we get around him? How can we cage him? We really can't cage him that very well because he is so talented, but we will have you rest him on him tonight. I'd like to see that matchup.
Yeah, and the thing is, one thing that Canyon Lake has done well is they've done a pretty good job, even against Ballin, who, by the way, Ballin – had a game last night. So when we talk about how the teams that we played are doing, last night the Bernie champion team went into the Canyon, or were at home versus Canyon Cougars, won it in a last-second field goal, and Ballin balled out. Now, he was more successful versus Canyon than he was versus Canyon Lake. So is the Canyon Lake team improving? Absolutely. Is the game plan right? And is the game plan right for getting prepared for a district run? You bet it is, because we have played teams that are now showing success as they progress through their season in area, and they, there were times when he struggled. What caused our contain? I got to say, there's a couple of things. One, our linebackers have really played great technique. Michael Anderson, Eli Hammonds, they've done a good job of learning how to scrape. The edges, again, anchored by Carson Reinertz, has done an excellent job. And you're right, assigning the spy, Uresti, has basically held that quarterback in the pocket and caused them to play a little more base and the quarterback not move around as much.
Well, we'll take a look at those options you're talking about. There are a lot of matchups tonight. Canyon Lake is riddled with injuries right now, and Canyon Lake's a young team. We talked about this first couple of days, first games, and so we got to take a look at that. They've got a very well senior-laden team as well, and to think about some of the sophomores and juniors see on their roster is that they're so talented, and again we say that time and time again, but our coaches want our players to find those teams that are very talented, very hard to win against, because it'll pay off dividends like it did last year. Canyon Lake went like 3-2 in the 1-3 in the non-district play, but when we got to district, we went 5-0 and ran the tables.
Yeah, no, absolutely, it makes a big difference, and as long as you come out of that healthy, I think it bodes well for what Canyon Lake's doing. We're going to take a quick break, maybe pay a couple bills. We'll be right back. We got a little bit more time. The kick is going to be at 7:30, so we get the clock up, and just be aware of that. So we'll be back after we pay a couple bills.
Land isn't just made for working. It's made for experiencing, too. Whether you're a hunter, a fisherman, four-wheeler, or wildlife lover, there's a piece of Texas waiting for you. The rural lifestyle was the life you were meant to live. At Capital Farm Credit, we're here to help you finance that reality with flexible terms and interest rates. Who knew it could be that possible to own a piece of land in Texas? Visit CapitalFarmCredit.com to apply today.
Hello, this is Darren with Canyon Lake Broadcasting. If you want great Italian food, look no further than Italian Garden in the Hancock Center. They've been a mainstay in Canyon Lake for many years, and their longevity speaks to the quality of the food and service you'll receive at Canyon Lake's hometown restaurant. They're open 7 days a week, providing the very best in Italian fare. So come on in and enjoy a slice of Italian life at Italian Garden Restaurant.
Hey Hawk fans, have you been wanting a new deck, outdoor kitchen, or a new addition to your home? What about getting your new home build started or a fence built? Then give Mike a call with Hill Country Construction and Framing, and he can help make those dreams a reality. He also has plenty of references for your peace of mind. Call today at 210-347-3436. That's 210-347-3436. Go Hawks!
Hi there, Hawk fans. This is David and Melissa Salcedo coming to you from Meemaw's Tacos. It's our favorite time of the year again, and here at Meemaw's we love supporting our Hawk athletics. Whether cheering them on the field or court, or feeding their muscles at the shop, we're open 7 days a week, serving breakfast and lunch. Whether you're looking for a simple taco like a bean and cheese, or a crazy fat taco with everything on it, we've got it.
We also serve lunch plates ranging from crispy tacos and enchiladas to flautas and nachos. Not to mention our ever so popular Frito Bandito and our big burrito, the Swamp Chicken. David and I would like to thank the Canyon Lake community for your continued support of our business, and we are proud to be celebrating our 3-year anniversary on September 4th. Thanks, Canyon Lake.
So come early, be loud, and stay late, Hawk fans. The Slot T Mafia is hunting for dinner.
And be sure to listen for Martelli to give away Mima's Tacos gift cards throughout the broadcast.
Go Hawks!
Canyon Lake Broadcasting, voice of the Hawks, coming to you from San Antonio, Texas, DW Rutledge Stadium, home of Judson ISD. And tonight, Veterans Memorial Patriots welcome the Hawks into a very nice facility here. We're four stories up and sitting in the high bale of cotton up here, feeling really good. Got a nice stadium. The shadows has already made it across the field.
Yeah.
The stadium's so high in the press box. It's got air conditioning, something we're not used to.
Yeah, as I said right before the break, they moved the kick back. In case you're out there wondering, kick will be at 7:30. It's supposed to have been at 7, but obviously couldn't get everybody here on either side of the field, I think.
No, I think everybody was late getting here, including a bunch of the fans on both sides. So they kicked it back to their 7:30 kickoff. So we're going to keep rolling with our pregame a little bit, getting our sponsors in tonight. Last time we left y'all, we welcome y'all back here, but we were talking about the offense and defense and the team of the Patriots. Patriots been around 5 years, like LJ had said. They're 39-25 overall. They're 25-12 in non-district games. They're 4-5 in the playoffs. They're 20-7 at home and 16-15 away. And their nemesis is Taft and Bernie, who they have yet to beat since inception.
Yes, that's true. So while you're talking about a team that's made the playoffs, 5 years since inception. You're also talking about a team that has struggled against Taft and Bernie, and so they're just some teams.
Bernie champion. I'm going to make that clear. Bernie champion, not Bernie Greyhounds.
And and it's interesting. So they're San Antonio Veterans Memorial. However, they're not in incorporated San Antonio. They're in Bayard County. They're in unincorporated Bayard County and part of the Judson ISD. Not part of the San Antonio ISD, so it's a little bit of a little misleading. But, man, what a beautiful location, what a beautiful school.
If this is what unincorporation looks like, I'm amazed.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fabulous campus, and, what a fantastic view. I'm dying to see a plane land, by the way.
We got to get a camera shot of our view. It's really
we really
nice.
do. I mean, we'll
work on that.
This is impressive.
Yeah. What's more impressive is the opportunity that Canyon Lake has had against this team. Last year they came in and your sons were playing. Your sons Hunter and Chase Anderson as well, and Chad's son. Where'd Chad go? Chad's right here. Parma, he was on the football team last year, and like I said, we came away with a 31-28 loss. But it was an opportunity, and I would say a privilege, but to get into a team that had a successful season last year and in the year prior to that, to kind of step up their game against this team here in a relatively new team, as we talked about.
We made the observation last year as we were rolling into district, and a couple of heads down, given the current record last year, but this was the game, Corey, where Canyon Lake turned the corner.
They did.
This was the one where they really, and we honestly said that after the game. We just saw a complete football game, that was we had less mistakes. We did have some injuries that were plaguing us, but this was the game that turned the corner.
They did. I couldn't agree with you 100% more. A lot of people tell you no. It was East Central game. No, that's the game we won.
That's the one we won.
But we had put it together at that game last year against the Patriots. Towards the end of the game, we started rolling, and all of a sudden the light went off a little bit with those players, and they said, well, hey, we can run with people like this. And that's when it did. We just applied those lessons the next weekend at East Central and walked away with our win.
Yeah, and we talked about this last week. We talked about the maturity. The most improvement that you see on a football team is typically between games 1 and 3. We ran into a buzzsaw last week. That Bernie Champion team was fantastic, and it is kind of why I brought up the point against the Canyon Cougars. The Cougars also played a great game, by the way. They played a fantastic game. Bernie came away victorious on the foot of their, all-world kicker who, put it between the uprights with a second to go, against the wind and 37 yards out. But all that to say this, that was an incredible team. What it created, though, is it steepened the learning curve. So if you're going to learn, you might as well go up against the good ones and learn fast.
Yep.
That's where Canyon Lake finds itself. I don't see us in any more unique a position tonight than I saw us last year.
Well, here's some of the things we talked about. You talked about learning quick, learn big, or learn fast, go home. And so Canyon Lake will have that opportunity tonight. One of the things that the San Antonio teams don't have, they don't play teams that run the slot T offense. Now, Canyon Lake has kind of stepped into a little more pass game with this coach Bill Greig coming in his second year of our offensive coordinator. Charlie Drum's still at the helm at Canyon Lake. But a little more run and shoot, a little more pass when you can. Last year, Canyon Lake, when they played, they were 3 of 9, which your son was the quarterback, for 55 yards passing, but 334 yards on the ground on 62 carries, and that averaged out to 5.4 yards a carry. And so what I'm looking at from moving from last year into this year, and I looked at the Taft game. I looked at all 3 of the games, Hardendale and MacArthur, and they're susceptible to the big hole runs up front. Even though you've got number 6, Sebastian Walker, senior, 6'3", 270-pound nose tackle. He'll play both ways, and get used to hearing him tonight. Number 6, you can't miss this guy. So I think your inside game, because they're so fast on the edges, may have an opportunity for Canyon Lake to roll that slot T.
Which really kind of plays into the hand. Something I saw last week, and I got some unique perspective from some of my insiders that have played for Coach Green. I won't mention any names, but it was unique because if you go back and look at Canyon Lake's film, which I did earlier this week, the thing that's different about this Canyon Lake team is they will run a similar play out of various formations. So you may see a dive play that comes out of slot T. You may see it come out of the shotgun. You may see it come out, they'll motion into a situation where they motion into shotgun and they run it. Bill Green did that last week. And the first 2 times, Caden Rodriguez was, stopped with, 2 or 3 yard advance. But then he lines up into the shotgun formation. He runs the exact same play and is able to make yardage. And what happened was it caused them to reposition, but it didn't change how we were going to position and how we were going to change our blocking scheme up front.
A lot of people will take a look at the slot T. It's a hated offense, and very few people run it. I call it the slot T mafia, something I came up with years ago. And the reason why it's just so run heavy, and I mean, Liberty Hill may pass once a game, but they'll run 450 yards every game. So there's different things to slot T. And we put in the shotgun offense, a little bit like LJ was saying, but when you run plays that look the same, most people are geared to watch the ball handler, right? The quarterback and where the ball's going. What you don't pay attention to till you get back and look at it on film, that you may run 349 or 34 power, but there's 3 or 4 different ways to block it. That's what also makes it confusing. If you're a guard, you may get the linebacker. Same play, you might double up on the nose coming out of a different blocking scheme. The ball's going to go to the same hole, but the blocking schemes are different.
Veterans lines up traditionally in a 3-4. If you see them against the spread, they're going to run a 3-4 or they'll run a 3-3 with a heavy safety as your number 4 linebacker, on the weak side where they're putting him in a slot. I can guarantee you that we're not going to see that tonight. They're going to come out and their base is going to be lining up with 8 men in the box. Everybody has played us the same way. They've gone 3 high safeties, split downfield in thirds, tried to force people out to the sidelines, and distribute the ball, to the sidelines for short gains. We had some success 2 games ago, and Crowder was able to distribute the pill around, the field extremely well and, almost record setting.
Yeah.
Did a good job. Hunter had the same success when people would line up with that, and they gave him that 3-high safety look where he was able to get the ball into the space in what I call the soft zone behind the linebackers in front of the safeties. That is going to be an area where Canyon Lake can prove to be successful tonight, because Veterans is going to run a defense that even they are not fully familiar with in order to try to stop the slot T.
Well, if you're going to have success early on a team like this, it's got to be early and to give them a little shock and all. But it is going to be a long night for Canyon Lake, and Canyon Lake has not picked to win this game. You're talking around the horn a little bit about who's favored in this game. Well, it's definitely going to be the Patriots are going to be favored in this game. But I told Coach this the other day. I said I got a feeling I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is, and most of the time when that occurs, I don't feel comfortable saying, hey, there's a 30% chance or a 70% chance of win or loss. I just have an opportunity here to think that Canyon Lake, if they don't have the mistakes they had last weekend, could pull off an upset tonight.
They could. Nobody picks a team to win that hasn't. I mean, it's just a matter of fact. If you look at the Vegas odds this week, all the teams in college that went 0-2, well, they're predicted to go 0-3.
There you go.
That is not going to be the case. So
they have no faith.
But in a high school game, when you're talking about kids from 15 to 18 years old, the learning process or the learning curve is so steep. It's how much they can mature over time. Last year's district champions, showed that. And by the end of the run, when we got into the Lampasas game, nobody was betting against us, even with a minute and a half to go. You knew that if you got the offense on the field,
quite the game.
You put the pill in the right guy's hands, they could execute that. I see that same type of progression that could happen this year with Canyon Lake.
Well, I sure hope you're right, LJ, because it was a roller coaster of a ride for last year, and it came out as we walked away with the district championship by district game as well. Talking about the Canyon Lake offense for a little bit here, we talked about some injuries on hand. We're out of Mr. Garza, number 14. He is out still as we speak. He will not be back in the foreseeable future. I don't know exactly why. I know he had upset his perhaps his leg, his knee, his ankle, something like that. We don't know. I'm not going to get into that, but he is our leading rusher. He'll be substituted by somebody. That is going to be number 7, Caden Rodriguez. Caden Rodriguez had an interception, a fumble, and had 163 yards. Last week he's had 3 great games. He's a senior. I talked to him the other day. He says, man, I might be able to catch a few passes. They're going to change some things up. They said Eli Hammonds, J.R. Lindell will be in there. And the other person in the backfield you might see tonight going both ways is going to be Williams. And if you know Carter Williams, he can hit the ball, he can shoot the ball, and, boy, he can catch and run the ball. Multi-talented athlete. So Canyon Lake might have a few people in there that are a little different. With 12 sophomores on the roster, they're not veteran-laden like the Patriots are, but you'll see some things I think a little different to maybe have some time to have if they get out of the slot T, is to putting our quarterback number 12 Crowder back in the shotgun a little more to get him a better, quicker look.
It is going to be about the ability to see the field and distribute the pill. It's going to be a lot about time, and the other thing it does is it kind of moves your running backs a little further back, so the play has a slightly, half a second, 3/4 of a second longer to develop so that they can pick the hole that they're going to choose. No. And Caden Rodriguez did that with success. I chose an offensive lineman last week, and I was shamed for doing that. But honestly, I thought that was the matchup of the night. But I tell you, when you talk about Caden and his breakout performance, last week was it, and it was fantastic. And we never are trying to slight any other of the athletes. I mean, Carter Williams, probably one of the most athletic people that's on that turf tonight. Mm-hmm. He certainly can do some magical things on both sides, offense and defense. Rodriguez as well. So we have the ability to go. We just have to put it all together. And I'm hoping that this game for Canyon Lake is similar to last year's game, where it does finally all come together.
Well, I hope you're right here, as our Canyon Lake broadcasting crew just showed up. They rode in with the students this week, and they are finally here. We're going to get some different camera shots as Darren's getting them lined out. Chad is here also on the production cam. He'll produce his show tonight. We're glad to have Chad Palmer back in the box as the colors are going to be presented to the JROTC here for Judson ISD, in particular, Veterans Memorial High School. And glad to have Chad back in the box with us as normal, part of the normal broadcasting crew. Homecoming here tonight. Got a little homecoming down there on the field you see there as Chad and Darren are working the camera, getting the students all familiar. We'll have a camera on the field tonight, and we'll have 2 up in the press box areas. We'll give you a 3-camera shot. Typically we do a 4 or 5, but we'll maintain this press box cam that you see as well tonight. Not that you want to look at us, but it's just another shot we go to from time to time. So, Canyon Lake Broadcasting Club, Evelyn Stevens, president here for Canyon Lake Broadcasting Club, and Connor Cummings, she's vice president. She has it going on. She's up there, see her in the right-hand corner. Wave, there you go. And those ladies make it happen. I was out of school for yesterday and today, so I left it up to those ladies to make it happen. And I'm glad to see everybody got here. Everybody's here and accounted for, I see. So why do you need me? Well, don't answer that question. So, anyway, only if you knew what it takes to get students to moving in the same direction, rowing the same way. But no, homecoming tonight, and we're going to get some commercial breaks here as soon as Darren gets back. We're going to keep this thing rolling. As we mentioned before, we were supposed to go on at 7 o'clock kickoff. They pushed it back for reasons we do not know. We're 106 feet up in the air at least. Feels like it anyway, and we will do what we can to keep this thing going here. Darren's going to be doing some things. We're stretching our show out a little bit, but
yeah, we were prepared for a 7 o'clock kick.
Yeah,
and that
no
is,
pregame at all.
No pregame.
I even made notes in lieu of LJ being in Glen Rose, Texas.
But I prepared it just in case. So we did come in for preparation. And
I'll tell you what. Let's do this.
I got some things.
Let's segue. Here we go. Darren's over here doing this. Students just got here. We're students are late, so our camera shots aren't there. We're going to segue over to this section that says the Hill Country. What is it now? You're the Hill Country Hawk reporter?
The Hawk Country reporter.
Okay, tell me something about Judson ISD or Veterans Memorial that nobody else knows about.
Well, I tell you, I'm going to tell you something that is related to veterans and memorials. And what cued it was the fact. So I went out and I was doing my Hawk Country reporter research, and I started studying the history of Veterans Memorial, and learned that, like I said, I was thinking that this school is going to be 55, 60 years old. I mean, it's a Veterans Memorial, right? Well, we haven't had a lot of those instituted lately. It turns out that this school, the inception of this school was 2000. This is circa 2016. I mean, they have just not been around that long.
They have not.
And so in my research, I came across something that I was wildly interested in, and I knew this existed, but I'm ashamed to say I've never gone. Did you know that we have a memorial right here in San Antonio, Texas? It's a Vietnam memorial.
Okay.
And, man, this thing is fascinating. So it came into play. They talked about it in 1982. I think they christened it or opened it with 10,000 people in attendance in 1986. And the memorial itself is fascinating. But what was even more fascinating is it's the memorial. There's a 3x, 3 times as large as life memorial that was built, and it represents South Hill 881.
Okay, South Hill 881.
South Hill 881. South Hill 881
in Vietnam
was one of the most highly defended areas.
I know this story.
And it was defended by a man named Dabney. Dabney became the company commander for the 3rd Division, or Company 1, 3rd Battalion, 26 Marines. And his second assignment was to go fortify and hold that hill.
It's not a big hill.
Which he did for 77 days.
It's not a big hill.
Without almost without reinforcements. There was 11 helicopters that were supposed to bring in food and water. Food and water, I mean, the things that keep you alive. So not only do you have people trying to kill you, but you are trying to stay alive with just having resources. There were 11 helicopters shut down with supplies. They built a moat around this hill, dug this moat.
Sandbagged it, the whole thing they sandbagged it.
And they fortified this thing and held their position for 77 days. There was over 50% fatalities. God rest their souls, and we honor their service. But I was just fascinated with not only the memorial itself that very few people talk about actually exists in San Antonio. When you talk about the Vietnam Memorial, everybody thinks Washington, D.C. I got to looking at some pictures of it, and folks, if you have not been there, whether you're a Veterans Memorial, Canyon Lake, or anybody else that happens to be listening, if you come into San Antonio, I will guarantee you that I'm going to plan to go see this. I was totally blown away at the story. The Virginia Military Institute has a great article on it. You can go find it out on the Google machine. But it is just another testament to some of the great people that we have in this area. And while Veterans Memorial doesn't necessarily tie to that, the story of the defense of South Hill 881 in the Vietnam War is fascinating, is patriotic, and it will really kind of bring a tear to your eye because we have people that are willing to do that for us in this country.
Excuse me. That is a fascinating story. I know the story of 881. I'm a bit of a historian, military cool, and I'm glad you found that. It gets in very depth, and I appreciate you finding out these things that we don't know all the time, LJ. It's a really good part of our program. We're the only people that do something like that because we're more than just football or volleyball. We're a sports entertainment group, and all four of us here, Chad included, when he's with us here on his baseball seasons and the soccer games and the basketball games, everything we do, we all know a little bit about each other and a little bit about our area, and so it all comes together, and we do unique things that not only that just are sports related, but information like that, especially about the players and kids we cover. So we're very happy.
Yeah, this is something interesting and just kind of testimony to the bravery of those that do this. Every supply helicopter that landed, Company Commander Dabney would go out and meet it every time. So imagine you have 11 of these things that go down. Every time you poke your head up, you're exposing yourself to sniper fire. And yet he figured it out. He figured he had 25 seconds to get to the helicopter, unload the helicopter, and get all of the supplies back into the ditch where they could protect themselves. Another interesting story about that is that they had rats larger than dogs. So when you went to sleep at night,
is that where it came from?
You actually were exposing yourself to rats who, the men didn't have food, the rats didn't really have food either, and they claimed that there were rats bigger than dogs that could attack you.
Are we talking bull terrier, miniature double dapple?
Well, I mean, if you got a rat bigger than a chihuahua, I'd still be worried. Well, I hate to say this, but rats are supposed to be smaller.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
A lot of nutrition in the rat.
Well, I've never tried it. But anyway, fascinating story. I was extremely impressed.
25 seconds.
25 seconds.
A dedicated man.
It was a dedicated man. A brave man, a dedicated man.
Wow.
And one that was willing to lead by example. And, and when we talk about the people that lead our teams, that's kind of the thing that you want to see is somebody that is not only willing to lead, but to lead by example.
Well done, LJ. Well, we're just about underway here. It's about 11 minutes to go till kickoff. The JROTC is on the field, but this game, folks, and we're sorry we're so all over the place tonight, but it was supposed to start at 7. We were ready to go on the air at 6:30, and right now everything's been moving around. They put the JROTC on the field to do the colors a while ago. They backed off. Then Canyon Lake left the field. Veterans Memorial has not come back on the field yet. So we're trying to move as quick as we can, and like Darren had said earlier, their people had trouble getting to the stadium tonight, and Canyon Lake did as well. So things have been moving around without our knowledge. So we're shifting and moving as quick as we can as the Hawks come on the field.
We do have a lot of moving parts.
We do,
and yes, everybody came from all over, including myself. I came from, when you're making that kind of road trip, you listen to a lot of music.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Driving
7 hours.
I was
radio.
impressed that your wife drove the whole way, and you navigated.
Well, she drove. She took She took the land passes to Blanco shift, so I could study, and do some work.
So let me ask you a question. Reaching back here a little bit. So who was driving when you were up the backside of the Orkin man?
That would be Jennifer. She's not going to be happy about me announcing that. But
Jennifer.
Now, listen.
The mild-mannered Jennifer's got a lead foot.
I told Jennifer to not let any grass grow in particular places, and
I'm glad you keep on things.
She took that to heart. I mean, she
did.
She was scooting. I had the radio in my headphones, and we were going.
You know what she was thinking? I can't let Darren Lesturgeon down. He's up there in that press box, and I've got to get there, so I'll do everything. We weren't talking about LJ. She was thinking about Darren and all that.
Of course.
So I've got a question. You really left Canyon Lake Broadcasting in the hands of our ever capable president and vice president, Evelyn and Connor?
I made an executive decision. I didn't even notify Darren of my executive decision powers, and I said, look, you guys have got to get the kids here on the buses with the right groups, with their passes, with their permission slips, with the emergency contact information. I'm leaving for 2 days, and let's see if you can do it, because that's the way you learn. You got to learn under pressure. And Evelyn, let me tell you what Evelyn and Connor did one day. You know what they came to me and said? She goes, I got to talk to you. And I was like, oh, no. Well, God, what do we do now? Do we say something wrong in the air? Because we do that, right? And
you do.
So she says, me and Connor got together, and you pay these kids too much money.
Oh,
and I looked at her and I went, what a CEO moment.
Right. Fiscal responsibility. I like
this
that.
girl behind me.
I was driving down the road. One of the songs I heard, I listen to all kinds of eclectic stuff, and one of the songs I heard was Marie Labeau. And I guarantee you, Connor and Evelyn were thinking in their head, you know what, Martelli? You're too damn ugly for a rich woman like me.
That's right. So, yes, they're very capable. Evelyn is a junior here, and Connor's a senior. And she's thinks about going to Oregon University up in the far, far left coast.
Eugene.
We have deployed some very talented individuals out of Canyon Lake Broadcasting.
We have.
And they continue to fall in place and do exactly the same thing.
They do. But, yes, the long story short, I left it in their hands, and they did well. Evelyn's here. She's on the QA. She's monitoring the YouTube channel. So if you have a shout-out to give to Evelyn, she's going to reply to you. She's back there in the back. I don't have the cam up again. You can see her right behind us as the Patriots run out on the field. Red, white, and blue uniform. I like the red, white, and blue. You don't see that a lot.
I love it.
Nixon Smiley, where Coach Moses went to play, they're red, white, and blue as well, and they got different combinations and schemes. But I do like that uniform. It's very patriotic and true to what they are, the Patriots. Well, guys, we're finally going to get underway here. Both teams on the field. The lights are on. It's Friday night. We're in Northeast Texas, and shout out to my friends out in Lytle, where I've been for the last day and a half or so. But
we're in Northeast San Antonio.
Northeast San Antonio.
Not Northeast Texas.
Yeah,
that would be Big D or
I'm
someplace
sorry.
up that way.
Yeah, we're not there yet. We're up there. It goes back to the saying last time we were in this area, we were talking about Elmendorf, and I thought he meant Alaska.
That's right. You were a little geographically challenged.
Challenged?
Yes.
Yeah. Even though my major and my master's has a lot to do with that. But anyway, I was challenged, and Elmendorf's a road around here. But anyway, coming.
that still goes. That is in the annals of history.
Time
the
to change the
story.
channel. Time to change the channel. Well, anyway, we got
the colors are on the field.
Yeah, we got the JROTC on the field and the addressing of the colors and Star Spangled Banner. So we'll get that out there for you.
Jacob, you give me the close-up shot. The faculty instructions for the Patriot Battalion Junior ROTC are Colonel John Baker and Sergeant First Class Karen Hudson. Please remain standing and remove your hats as the Veterans Memorial High School Band, under the direction of Jeremiah Brody, pay tribute to this great nation, our men and women in uniform throughout the world, and all our veterans with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, Star Spangled Banner, the colors by the JROTC at Veterans Memorial High School. Well done. We're back on the air here, so get kickoff just around the corner, and we got everybody in the motion here. We've got all of our crew. A 3-camera shot tonight, one of the press boxes we just said a while ago. And homecoming night here at Veterans Memorial. Canyon Lake has done traditionally well during homecoming nights. We had beat Bernie in 2017 on the way to the playoffs 4 deep. We beat Burnett. I think we've beat 4 games that I know at homecoming. So Canyon Lake bodes well. Maybe that's the factor we're not putting in here. A little hocus pocus, if you will.
I didn't know that stuff. That's actually quite interesting.
It is. It really is. I did know it was homecoming tonight. I know when we play East Central next week, we're going to have it Thursday.
Yes.
And that is going to be our homecoming.
I was going to mention that's extremely important for all the listeners to understand. We will be broadcasting on Thursday, and for those going to the game, especially for an event big as homecoming, it will be a Thursday night kick at 7:30, and we need to be paying attention to that. So
we do. Just follow us on Instagram or Facebook or Instagram, or they call it not Instagram, but X now, Twitter. So
X.
I don't
Little public service announcement. There will be no fifth quarter after the Thursday night game because of the school the next day. But just be aware of that one as we have 2 more fifth quarters, I think, later in October.
Team captains are going to be Steven 75-40 Wunderlich, and on the far side of that is going to be Crowder, number 12. Number 8, 21 will be the team captains for the Patriots. Yeah. And that is going to be Jashawn Perkins, number 8.
Tristan Roberts also out there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tristan Roberts. He's a guy that's going to be missed. He's the bookend of defensive end, just opposite of Reiners.
So
key. Yeah, number 21 is the other team captain as well for the Patriots, and Aaron Hoyle. And on the far side, we're so far away. He's got to get the binoculars out to pick these guys off. But it's going to be Dixon over there, Clinton Dixon, number 4, the quarterback. Now, traditionally, when Canyon Lake has gotten the flip, they always defer. As of late, they've taken the ball, and there is a flip, and they won it, the flip. So it looks like they're going to take the ball, and the Patriots will defend. That's 2 in a row, LJ, or 3 in a row.
Yeah, and, so although we have chosen to defend 3 out of the 4 times, one time we took it on offense and it paid dividends.
We did. Well,
matter of fact, we scored on the first play.
We did. So we'll be taking the ball here tonight. Glad y'all are fired up and back home. Shout out to Mr. Grandpa Bill out in Columbus, Mississippi. He's out there with his popcorn, sitting in his chair. Good shout out to him, because we know he's out there as well. Well, so a couple of shout-outs real quick before we get going underway. I'm glad to have everybody tonight. Steve Crisp out there. He is one of our sponsors, and Steve Crisp is watching and saying thank you for being on the air. Everybody's kind of wondering when we're going to get on because of the people moving and shifting things around on the other side. But also shout-out to Rylan, his mother. This is TJ's Rylan. TJ Bame, his mother is Rylan. She runs some stores there in Canyon Lake. Give her a shout out as well. Shout out to my son. He'll be watching tonight as well down there. Well, Canyon Lake, we're receiving the ball as we get underway with Friday Night Lights. Nowhere better to be in Texas than watching high school football. Back deep in the middle will be number 36. That's Lindell. And the far side, number 4, will be Williams. And out over by himself will be 0. That's Harris Gilliam for the Hawks. Kicking the ball off will be number 98. And that'll be Rafael Nunez. And we're underway. High kick in the corner. And Gilliam will fair catch this. And King Lake will start at the 25-yard line. Glad to have you all on the vine tonight. Thank you all for watching. We'll be giving away some gifts tonight as well, as traditionally do. There's going to be a long list of people going to be wanting these gifts. We got some teepees from Mystic Quarry, and that glamping made perfect. And then we've got the Huth Transport gifts to give away, $50 gift certificates, Saltgrass Steakhouse, Landry Seafood, stuff like that. And look forward to giving those away with a few others tonight. But welcome to the first quarter. It is the Capital Farm Credit first quarter report here as we get underway. Canyon Lake, let's see if they're going to go traditional slot tee from the get-go. And they'll get in there. Williams in motion, jet sweep, testing that right edge. He cuts up, he's got room across the 30, cuts back at the 40, still on his feet, and he's going to be pushed down at about the 50-yard line. Williams, he is a good size fella. He is a junior, so he'll be back from next year. There's the replay, LJ.
Yep, and this is an interesting set. When you see veterans line up, they've got 11 men in the box, Corey.
Backside to Rodriguez. There's a hole there, and he gets tripped up on the tackle, number 21 with this. I'm sorry. I think that's, they get their jerseys all crumpled up in the middle there, and it's hard to see sometimes. That's number 3 on the stop.
It is, but I'm so fascinated by this. Canyon Lake lines up in A right and the traditional slot T formation, and doggone it if Veterans doesn't bunch up. They run bunch to get an edge.
Inside trap, and this is going to be maybe back to the line of scrimmage, loss of a yard on this one. He'll make it back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and a long 7 for Canyon Lake, and that's Abbott. Not much success this year for Abbott. Canyon Lake does have a younger line, only the 4th time they've played together, but they've got to find that chemistry. We looked at it. You talked about it in the pregame, how this was the game last year. They kind of found out their success and moved on from the season from that point.
Yeah, a very successful season, and it was right here when all that started, beginning with a bang-bang play, and they're able to move the ball down the field without any difficulty.
3rd down and 7. It's going to be a jet sweep to the right side. They're going to hope Williams can get the edge, and he does. Stays on his feet, goes down. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Canyon Lake. Williams. And Hawks score, and the first possession here with 10:24 to go in the game. What a call and what a balanced move by Williams.
We talk about the athleticism of Carter Williams, and tonight he demonstrates that in the 5th play of the game. He is fully wrapped up on that outside edge, able to push the guy off.
Well, let's take a quick look at it.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Darren?
Right there. Yeah. He's able to get out from underneath routes, takes another hit. So that's yards after contact. 2 times he was in the throes of going down.
The extra point is up and is good by number 20, Van Ostal. He is our place kicker for Canyon Lake. Yeah, good balancing over there, and that's they run, all these teams run through those blocking dummies with the arms, and you run down the tunnel, and the dummies hit. That's what that is.
And we talk about balance when you do that, but what you're really talking about is strength, the ability to keep your feet, keep your legs moving, good technique, excellent run by Carter Williams as he finishes the play.
Well, Canyon Lake opening drive, they've got a score on their hands, but this will be a shootout tonight if Canyon Lake doesn't ground and pound it. LJ made a very good comment today. It's not as much as you think they pass. They do a lot of run. Their quarterback is Clinton Dixon, number 4. Look for him to get outside. He will get happy feet every once in a while. I watched the Taft game. They put some pressure on him. He made some errant passes, some interception. He had 1 interception, but we'll see what he is like under pressure when you don't have 4.45 speed chasing him around as well.
Yeah, you can't get uncomfortable in the pocket. And look, that's not a knock on Dixon. That's a knock on anybody that's playing quarterback there under pressure. You kind of see that happen. So, great start by Canyon Lake. Now they've got to turn the tables and really kind of focus on defending the run and hopefully come up with a big stop right here.
Here comes the sophomore kicker, Strassner. He'll punch one in the corner. Nice kick right in the corner. That corners those running backs with all the speed. And reading me now, trafficking there. He gets a lane on the right side. Still on his feet. And that's what happens when you kick it to the fast guy, LJ.
Well, we just got through talking about the athleticism of Carter Williams, but once again we see proof that Veterans has some athletes on their side too. You know, again, strength, able to come out of a tackle, keep your feet moving, and get yardage downfield. He catches that ball on the 12-yard line. That's a 38-yard return, and it was a 38-yard return being hit 5 times.
Big tackle by Caden Joyce out there to bring him down because he was the one step away from taking it to the house.
Yeah.
It'll be 1st and 10 at midfield for the Patriots. Dixon hands it off out the right side. That's number 10 we talked about on the pregame. Oh, they took the ball away from him. They stripped it. Canyon Lake got it. Canyon Lake got it. Stripped the ball out of number 10's hands. Tavian Warren, the senior, who goes both ways, offense and defense. And I think that was Anderson who ran up and ripped that bean out.
Yeah, I've got to see the replay who actually, if we caught who pulled the ball out, I think it was Anderson that was able to get his hands in.
But Rodriguez came away with it.
Rodriguez comes away with it. That is a fantastic turn of events.
Let's see that one more time right here. We meet him at the point of attack, and a whole host of people. I think it was 56 that got his hand in there.
I think that was Uresti.
Yep. Uresti, I think, got his hand in there and was able to pull it loose.
Wow. That sophomore weak side linebacker, Uresti. Canyon Lake coming to the line of scrimmage, 2 at the top of the screen. It's going to be inside. And Abbott looking to try to get to the outside, no dice. And that's that corner speed and lateral movement that you have, LJ, from the Patriots.
That's right. And, you know, something to mention is that you're talking about a Veterans Memorial team that doesn't have a significant amount of players. They're 5A D2, okay? So they're not necessarily going to have 100 people on the sidelines. You know, when you leave a defense out on the field for a long period of time, you have the tendency to be able to wear them down. As they get tired, this slot T can get better.
Yeah, we talked about also in pregame about how maybe you run right at them and wear them out because they're going to get lateral on you with their speed and quickness. Here's Rodriguez. He's come up with a fumble a while ago. And Rodriguez, they're going to say he's at about the 39-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about, we'll call it 6 for Canyon Lake. Yeah, but you're right. Maybe that's what you do. If you're Canyon Lake, but success so far has been on the outside.
Success has been on the outside. Of course, you know you're literally running against the pile of people. You know they don't have anybody that's hardly outside the hash marks on this. Now they split somebody out wide, but they're keeping everybody. So you got 10 men in the box with a wide out.
It's going to be a pass down the field. It's going to be Williams catches it across the 20-yard line. Little dink and dunk behind the linebackers, LJ. What a nice passing catch.
Yeah, again, that ball is over the top of Warren, the safety. They do a good job. Carter gets behind that safety and
just a nice catch.
Yeah,
right
it's just a nice catch. But Crowder recognizing that, seeing it, putting it in a place where he can stay behind that safety and come up with the ball.
Basic 3-step drop, and he just released it once his guy cleared the D-back.
1st and 10, Canyon Lake, and inside. Shutting the door is the nose guard. We talked about him going both ways, and that is number 6. Remember his name? I said Sebastian Walker in the pregame, 6'3", 290. And he made short work of that, gaining maybe a 1.
Yeah, and if you're not into statistics, all you have to really say is big. Yeah. Really, really big.
He's the kind of guy that's going to wreck the buffet every time. Split out is Van Ostal and Williams to the top of your screen. Backside to Rodriguez. Right off tackle, Rodriguez. Good thick runner in Rodriguez, the senior, who picked up about 3 or 4, be 3rd down and 4.
Now, that time, you see Green kind of playing with the sets. He goes into a two wide, twins. He lines up a guy in the slot. He's trying to pull a linebacker or pull that safety over to give you more clearance in the middle. So hopefully if you can get past that interior line with a big push, then you can get back in the secondary that's going to be down a guy and get some positive yardage.
Here we go again. Rodriguez and Harris on the far side. It's going to be a dive play up the middle. Abbott, they're going to have to push that pile, and look at the pile move forward. Abbott's going to get the 1st down inside the 10-yard line.
That pile right there being pushed by none other than Jaden Huth. Jaden Huth, the son of Huth
Transport, giving away the
That's
gift.
right.
That's right.
But you know what? Jaden Huth, and I'm going to talk about him here in a little bit. He will be the subject of our Hawk superlative.
Looking forward to that.
Can't wait to hear that tonight. The first and goal for Canyon Lake at the 7-yard line.
I think we had movement.
Yeah, we're gonna have illegal motion on Canyon Lake, and somebody got the Jimmy leg at the top of the screen. I think that was Williams 4.
Yeah, I think he broke toward the line of scrimmage right before in anticipation of the snap.
Well, with Chad here tonight and Darren over there, we got a keyboard, we got a switcher. That thing looks like something running an ELO concert.
Space age stuff is what we got going.
Chad's real happy. He's got him at 8 keys.
Yeah, there's less keys on a piano than there is on that thing.
First down to 15 or offsides. Williams up the middle, bounces us outside. He's only getting about 2 or 3 of that 5 for being offsides. And, but we got LJ's doing that. Darren's doing that. Darren's going to be getting on the broadcast a little more. He'll be doing some replays analysis just real quick when he can. He's not producing, but good to have Darren back there. Second down at 12, or second to go from the 12. In comes Van Ostall.
That time, Williams kind of making a little jump steps, a little basketball move. Mind you, Carter plays 3 sports. He is a letterman in 3 sports.
There goes Williams in motion. Going to be a jet sweep again. They're going to try to get him on the edge, and he's going to weave in and out of traffic. It's going to be inside about the 8-yard line. So you have a third and goal from the 8. If you're Coach Drum or OC Mr. Bill Green, what do you call, LJ?
You know, Veterans is starting to adjust and move some people out of that pile and try to tie up the edges. So they're trying to protect the edge where they've been beaten right there. You know, you can look for something that's going to kind of go just off tackle. Try to find that seam in between that outside linebacker inside that defensive tackle and see if something develops there. And
drops
they're going
back to pass.
it.
And fumble on the ball, sack on the play, and it's going to be recovered as a calf scramble. And it's going to be a blitz on the far side. They called a good play against Canyon Lake and got Crowder.
You know, when you're shooting the gaps, especially in the slot seat is one that develops pass plays a little bit slower. When you're shooting the gap like that and you're coming out with an all-out blitz, especially with that many people on the line of scrimmage, somebody gets through there, they can hit the mesh point and create havoc. That time they were able to get over the top of the center and knock the ball out of Crowder's hands.
Canyon Lake will give one up and take one, so that's a 1-1 on Canyon Lake. Good job by the Patriots. Shotgun, Clinton Dixon by himself in the backfield to do a Clinton Dixon draw fumble again. Fumble on the play, and it bounced right into the hands of number 36, and that is J.R. Lindell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy cow. So Bobby Irvin at this juncture has got to be going out of his skull. They've had 2 plays actually, and 2 fumbles. And that is just not exactly how they drew that up. I guarantee it. You know, it has been a strip, and that one just never had a handle on it and tosses the ball forward right into the Canyon Lake defender.
33 came down. Hammond's is one that made a play. Comes down the line of scrimmage, is able to make contact, and that caused the ball to come loose from the quarterback.
Shotgun for Canyon Lake. It's going to be a draw play up the middle, and Abbott, he just didn't have – as soon as he got the ball, he had tacklers all over him.
Yeah, and one of the things, you know, when you talk about the Canyon Lake linebackers, both Anderson and Eli Hammonds, you know, we're short Wunderlich, and we certainly miss him, but the technique by Hammonds and Anderson has been really good. They're not so far upfield that they can't defend, so they don't get caught in the melee. They move it up and down the line of scrimmage laterally extremely well and are able to move into a play.
Williams in motion. Crowder will roll out. It's got a man in his face. Gets rid of the ball, and it throws a duck up in the air, and it's going to be picked off. Crowder got hit right when he was throwing the ball. So 4 plays.
3 turnovers.
3 turnovers.
Yeah, and that time Crowder now rolling off to his offhand side. He's rolling out left. He's going to have to get out in position, flip his hips in order to make that pass. And I think it was a strong safety just then, read that correctly and was able to come up in to the interior and deflect that away right into the willing and able Patriots' hands.
Last week, Crowder had 2 interceptions and I wouldn't say cost 14 points, but they were turned into 14 points. Having a lot of pressure in his face. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line for the Patriots. Shotgun, 2 in the backfield. Here comes a man in motion. Inside move. Big hole for them. There goes the running game for the Patriots. And you can't try to just arm tackle these guys. They will bust out of it. Nice run by number 10, Javion.
They bring Tavion Sanders in motion, or Tavion Warren in motion. And they have a cross at the mesh point. Hard read.
Right up the middle again at Warren again. They're just going to go to the bread and butter. Run the ball. Give it to your horse. Gain of about 7. 2nd down and 3. 48.
And they're going to stay tempo, keeping the line of scrimmage intact.
Dixon. He'll look at an audible. Doesn't like what he sees, or at least Coach Irving doesn't. They'll switch it around a little bit. In the backfield, I can't get that number because I can't see him. It's going to be Warren again. There's a pass right side in there. LJ, you talked just about that. They run enough to make you want to throw the ball in it's the pass keeping the run open for them.
Yeah, and they bid on that. And so that literally was an RPO. They show a read option inside, doesn't hand the ball off, throws it out to the flat.
Warren, right side. Going to get down there, and I'll tell you, Harris Gilliam took on the big man and brought him down a gain of about 1.
Good job. Again, Dixon being elusive and being able to move the ball around with his feet, he's able to pull that ball, and you're just literally settling people inside of a zone. That's what they're going to try to run tonight.
2nd and 8. Dixon, right side, is going to keep this one. Looking for a lane. He's got one, and he'll be close to the 1st down, and he'll get it.
Darren, I don't know if you've got that replay, but watch the discipline with Dixon as he follows that blocker. He holds up, gets the blocker in front of him, gets his hand on him just so he can follow him, feels him move one way, he goes the other way, and is able to get extra yards.
1st and 10 as the Patriots mounting a nice drive here at the Canyon Lake 28. Warren looks downfield, has a man wide open about the 40-yard, intercepted by Williams. Another turnover. Williams across the 25, the 30, has a lane. Williams out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Holy Toledo, what a game of turnovers.
I have not seen this many turnovers at a pastry shop. I mean, this has literally been back and forth. About the time, and you got to believe that Coach Irvin is thinking, man, we have finally gotten into a groove here, and then everything explodes. What a great job, again, by our secondary, staying in the lane, staying in the assignment that they have, and able to come up big. They're reading the quarterback's eyes.
They are, but that last play, they didn't play pass. They sucked in.
That's right.
And they got burned. They got that 1st down. This time they stayed home. It's good to see they learned from that.
That's right.
Rodriguez on the right side. He'll got the midfield gain of about 3, 2nd down and 7. But, yeah, I've never seen Canyon Lake get that many turnovers in the first quarter. We're still got 2:12 to go here, and that's a Canyon Lake record. One of the other things that Williams accomplished with that interception is that's his 4th varsity interception for his career, and it'll be 2nd down and 6. Canyon Lake, with the turnovers, has yet to capitalize on that.
I've lost count, Corey. How many turnovers have we had in this first? 4.
I think that's 5.
5.
Is it 5?
Yeah.
Inside trap up the middle, and this is going to be, I think that's Cash Zimba, number 28, the sophomore. We saw him last year cash in his first touchdown.
We had a strip. We had a fumble. We had
an interception. An interception. I have 4.
No, wait, there was one more fumble.
Yeah, we fumbled to each other.
Yeah, there's 2. There's at least 2 fumbles, at least 2 interceptions.
Well,
I was thinking there was one more fumble.
Both teams have not capitalized on the turnovers.
No, they haven't.
So Canyon Lake's facing a 3rd and about a long 3. And a flag is flown before. Well,
we had a player.
There was a timeout.
We had a player running in from the side. The flag, I think a flag did.
Flag did go up. There it is.
And I'm not sure if they said he got set or not.
They're going to – I mean, the only thing you call on that, if you're calling something, would be an illegal formation. But I think they just waved it off, and they're saying –
Well, Coach Drum and Bill Green are out on the numbers just about.
So they had a late substitution, and a player came up and filled that end position, and they snapped the ball. I thought it was clean, but
no,
they blew the whistle.
Well, Harris Gilliam, a wide receiver, sophomore coming in with the play. Third down. Canyon Lake would love to convert here just to keep their offense off the field. 52 seconds to go in the first. Williams in motion. Going to be a backside trap, and it's going to be tackled. Those guys just took care of the offensive line of Canyon Lake and stopped that. That was Rodriguez, and that was a good defensive play by the Patriots.
Okay, and when you're talking about discipline, now the Patriots showing discipline on their defense. They got Carter Williams in motion coming across the ball. They come backside on that.
Canyon Lake's going to go for it. 4th down and 2. Dive play up the middle. All right, side at the 40, the 30, 20. And right out of bounds is Abbott. Wow, what a game. I don't think the Patriots were set and ready. They didn't know what was coming.
I don't know, but he was able to, again, we talked about, okay, you can create some space by coming just off that tackle, trying to fit inside that inside linebacker, or that cornerback or linebacker, or whatever what you want to call it.
Wow, we'll come back to that in a minute.
Yeah, I'd like to see that on replay.
Abbott actually takes it a little bit wider than designed. Crowder had to reach for him and was able to get it. We'll take a look at that one more time. Watch the handoff here.
Yeah, I get
a little bit of confusion, and he's a little bit wider, goes off the outside of the tackle, and then it's open right there.
Well, you saw the defense collapse as the end of the first quarter comes around here, and they collapsed in. A good block to seal that edge by Rodriguez and to spring Abbott on the right side.
Yeah, so in the first quarter, as we flip the field here, it was 5 turnovers. It's extremely intelligent, high football IQ, and those that are paying attention to what's going on out there, they have called. There was 3 fumbles and there was 2 picks.
Are you saying
5 turnovers?
Our audience is paying attention?
Our audience is on it.
You know who's paying attention out there? It's Angie and Dan Peters out of Rancho Del Lago West are watching us out there.
Oh, the mayor.
Yeah, she's a mayor. Exactly, Darren. You know her. She's out there, and they're having a good time, and I know they're hungry, and they want to get some of that Huth Transport food.
Oh, who doesn't?
Yeah,
who doesn't?
That's a subliminal message to them. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. She just texted me.
I'm going to steal the opportunity to give a really personal shout out here. This is going out to Trey Schultz, who did a great job today of eulogizing his father, a proud member of the University of Texas equipment staff who is listening.
First and goal,
tonight.
Inside trap. Abbott bounces it out. Touchdown. He hit the line, bouncing out to the left side. Canyon Lake capitalizes on a turnover.
That is twice that we've seen the ad-lib of Abbott turn into something big in 2 consecutive plays. Again, he gets up there. There is nothing. He just bounces that out, goes on his own, has basically a free walk in the end zone.
Here's the replay.
Inside, nothing there. Hits the backside of that big fella in the middle, takes it outside to pay dirt.
Extra point attempt beat by Van Ostall. The kick is up, and it hits the goalpost. No good. Now, it touched. Yeah, they're not going to be able to run this one back, a la the Iron Bowl, Auburn. Well, Canyon Lake came in here. We have 5 turnovers in the first quarter. I've never seen that happen. Maybe we have in y'all's careers at other games, but I have not here at Canyon Lake.
I don't know that I've seen that in a quarter of football.
And period. So Canyon Lake capitalized on one, and the Patriots had the opportunity as well. They didn't get to capitalize as well. So we're 14-0. Canyon Lake came in here the first quarter. I promise you they didn't think it would be up 14-0.
No. But maybe they did. Honestly, we talked about this game being the one that was the transition game last year. This is where it could happen. Darren, I'm of the belief that Canyon came in here with full belief that they were going to take command in this game to try to turn the tables and get on the winning track right here as they roll into district.
Well, I think the coaches saw a few things. I mean, they have really focused on the run and the discipline around that has been really, really impressive on the offensive side of the board. Really love to see what they've done defensively, though. The defense is really stepped. They bent
Yeah.
But they haven't broken, and that's pretty impressive. As the kickoff takes place, it's going to be high downfield to about the 20-yard line is where it's going to be taken. And got a little bit of line of blockers there. And that's big number 54. Is that 54, I think, that made the tackle?
I didn't see it. Sorry, I had to take a sabbatical.
Take that
for
84. Check that, 84.
That is, if it's 80, oh, okay, number 84 for Canyon Lake.
For Canyon Lake, yeah. Gonzalez on the tackle. Missed the
Carino Gonzalez.
Now, here's the deal. We talked about this, keys to the game, and so far, as you were talking about, Darren, Canyon Lake has done a decent job defending the run tonight.
Yeah.
Now, of course, fumbles have helped them along the way, but the run defense is really where they're going to make hay right now in keeping Veterans Memorial out of the end zone.
1st and 10 at the Canyon Lake 30, or the Patriot 34. Clinton Dixon on a quarterback keep in, dragged him down from behind. Good penetration there by Canyon Lake, slowing him down, but definitely not stopping him.
Yeah, that's number 8, Ryder Hopper, who is taking the place of Tristan Roberts on that edge and showing some maturity. He's grown a lot in that position over 2 games, doing a good job of just maintaining that edge.
In motion, Patriots set him up for the run outside. It's going to be Dixon's again inside. Eli Hammonds, the sophomore linebacker, coming in after a gain of 3. We talked about Eli Hammonds. He kind of came out of nowhere, but man started making his mark, and I'll tell you what, he's a guy that you need to watch out for. I said it 2 games ago.
Yep, Granger playing that, an excellent job of that sniper or spy or whatever you want to call it, the additional safety that they bring up to the line of scrimmage.
Trips to the right side, and that's to bring some people over. Lindell, number 36, on the tackle. Canyon Lake will put 2 twins to the right to get the backs out of there, and Patriots put trips right to get our defensive backs, and they'll run that ball every time. 1st down, Patriots.
It puts so much pressure on the linebackers in order to stay home, stay position, and that time a good job of the linebacking core just doing what they needed to do.
Again, 1st down and 10. It's going to be given to Dixon. There's Wunderlich, the middle linebacker, playing spy on Dixon as he picks up 11 yards just inside the Canyon Lake 46-yard line.
First of all, we're happy to see that young man back in the lineup, and secondly, doing a good job of just containing Dixon to 10 yards as he's able to get off the corner.
Moving them down with the legs. Dixon rolls out, has a man downfield, and just over the top of his head, that's going to be incomplete. That was intended for, I believe, number 40. You're so far away, folks. That's the thing you guys did. We're so high up, and those numbers just don't pop.
I have a new
off the uniform.
I have a new respect for Craig Way.
Boy,
those guys that sit that high above the field and are able, their spotters do a bang-up job for
That's
them.
number 14 with the was intended receiver, Anthony Ariola, the senior. 2nd down and 10. Dixon takes the ball again. It's going to be a quarterback keep up the middle, and he runs into number 33, Eli Hammonds, a sophomore. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
No trickery there. Dixon, he called his own number, and he just does a straight quarterback dive up the middle.
You got to have a lot of confidence in your quarterback, being he's durable if you're going to be Coach Irving and taking him out so many times into the back secondary of Canyon Lake and taking hits. 3rd down and 8. Shotgun, twins to the right, one up top. Dixon's going to run the ball. He's going to look for an opening, and he gets it and more. And Dixon across the 30-yard line. That's that area, man. You just get scared when he gets on his wagon.
Well, and Wunderlich giving him chase. He's coming around the backside, but the most impressive thing about that run is that he sees a crease and accelerates to go in between those guys.
He does. Trip to the right top of your screen there, but you're right. He just gets in another gear, and you get to the secondary. 1st and 10. This is going to be Warren. Warren's going to take the ball and give Dixon a break. Warren skips over the 25-yard line down to the 24. What a dynamic duo as Canyon Lake tries to bring in some fresh legs.
Yeah, and they're going to start leaning on their athletes, Dixon and Warren, to just continue progress down the field.
2nd down and 4, gain of 6. Pass play to the right side, just what they did a while ago, LJ. And the pass was caught on down there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Let's see where they marked the ball. Number 2 on the reception, and that's Jeremiah Darren. Actually, outside. It's going to be a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from no longer. It's touchdown. Couldn't even get it out. They hit that up tempo and scored just like that. Canyon Lake back on their heels.
And Tempo just cost Canyon Lake just then. Canyon Lake did not have a defense in.
Nope.
They were not set. I guarantee you there was a busted coverage somewhere because they were not in position to defend that. Warren, seeing that, able to go just find a soft spot and get in the end zone.
Rafael Nunez with the extra point attempt for the Patriots. Here's the plant in the hold in. It is good. I saw Nunez during the pregame a little bit, just got on the corner of my eye. He's good to about 45 yards, 42, about like Von Ostall. But he's good and solid. I didn't see him miss any at all. So just to have that in the back of your head as the game progresses forward. Well, hey, we're having a good time here tonight. Darren's got it going on. Like I said, Chad's here. And Evelyn, the president of the Canyon Lake Broadcasting Club, will get a few shots of the Broadcasting Club kids wherever they meet.
We will. We got a lot of them out there on cameras right now, so all we can see is just the top of Evelyn's head over the top of her laptop right at the moment.
You know, well, she knows. She's in the shadows.
But they're bringing those great shots that you're seeing right now. That's the work of our students down there on the sidelines with the mobile cam, giving you those close-up shots.
Where she's positioned is above us in the mezzanine.
Yes.
Overlooking us. And
skyboxes.
She's taking that executive producer kind of look at you, Corey. She's saying, hey, look, you left me alone for 2 days.
Yes.
I can handle this.
She's
for pretty much ever.
It's kind of creeping me out back there. I'm getting a little bit of situational awareness going on here in my mind. Well, back to will be Williams number 4, Harris Gilliam 0, and I believe this will go to Harris. He won't take the fair catch. He's going to take the right side, trying to find a window, and he does across the 30, and he'll get about 32-yard line. So he gets a little bit more out of it than we'd normally get just at the 5. He's one guy away from breaking that.
I think I'm correct in saying this. I believe that is our only second attempted return on any kickoff since the beginning of the season.
Very unusual. You're right. You're probably on something.
Heretofore, they have called basically, fair catch, take it to 25.
Well, Canyon Lake up 14-7 here, 8:29 to go. As you see, we had a clock screen. I say a clock screen. A clock.
We do.
Cam.
We do.
Oh, we do. Oh, we do. Okay,
we do.
I'm sorry.
It pops up and pops down from time to time.
1st and 10 Canyon Lake, and there's all kind of movement on there. Oh, my goodness. And I've got to believe this is going to go against, I can't say that, Veronica. I just looked up and going to be against Canyon Lake. I probably should have put my money down on that one.
It is. Well, yeah, and fortunately the penalty occurred because we had a little mishandling of the snap there.
I got corrected. It's 13-7. We had a missed field goal. Chad being Chad.
13-7.
He's going to make sure we get it right. He's quality producer, QA.
Our score is right.
Yes.
Quality assurance is important, boys.
First down at 15 up the middle, Canyon Lake, and Abbott's still pushing that pile. Abbott still moving forward with the help of his lineman, and he'll pick up a large chunk of that penalty, wipe it off the slate, and gain 2 yards, make it 7. 2nd down and 8.
That was just a lot of want-to from Abbott right there.
Yeah, we've talked about the technique of the running back room for Canyon Lake. Every one of them has been taught well, and they continue to move their feet even after contact. There was a little glimmer of him potentially breaking that. There was nobody behind that tackler. He almost slipped off of him.
Yeah, you're correct, LJ. If he breaks that, he's to the races.
There it is again, right up the middle. Same play, Abbott, and he'll get a Canyon Lake first down at about the 46-yard line. But you're right. He breaks that one loose, and he is off to the races like Seabiscuit.
There's a nice hole right there between the guard and the tackle, and he just
Same
busted
play,
up.
34 power, but Canyon Lake moved on the far right side. Cash Zimba, the sophomore, he had the Jimmy leg.
I hate when the Jimmy leg happens.
Yeah, that's the third offside Canyon Lake has had so far.
Well, you're having to go 15 yards for every set of downs. That's not good.
Speaking of Jimmy, there's a Jimmy Adams watching tonight.
Oh, I'm sure that he is.
He's in there. Janelle's with him, though.
Yeah, I'm sure. He got the lounger back.
He does.
Probably got a refreshment there.
Yes.
Nice iced tea or something.
Jimmy Adams going into retirement.
Yes, he
Congratulations.
is.
Yes. 1st and 15 for Canyon Lake at the 41. Jet sweep action. It's going to be Cash Zimba. There's another flag. And this is going to go against Canyon Lake again.
A roll procedure on it. And again, Darren, you make a really good observation. When you start this type of behavior, you're creating 1st and 15.
Right.
Every time.
Every time.
Unbelievable.
You know,
It's a lot of pressure on your offense.
And this is not an offense that's designed to play well behind the sticks.
So you said there's an old saying, how many ever sophomores you have on your roster is probably the number of mistakes you'll make per game. In wins in a season. There's all kinds of theories on that. But I'll tell you what, Canyon Lake 2018 had a lot of young people as well. Same kind of mistakes, just silly mistakes. But they can all be taken away. But pass like that right down the middle.
Holy.
And that goes to Caden Rodriguez. I'm sorry, number 2 on that, and that's Opelt.
I'm going to tell you something. Crowder
First
laces
down.
that. He throws that seam route just as good as it can be thrown.
He spun that beam right down the middle. And Opelt got it.
Such a beautiful throw.
And Opelt's just going down the zipper on that.
He is. Right down the old hash map mark. And
that's first reception for Opelt this year. Number 2, junior. I don't think there's an ounce of fan on that guy. He's all muscle.
Nice way to, take care of those penalties, I guess.
1st and 10 up the middle, right side, a little 34 power action, gain of 3. A lot of people watching the slot T tonight don't understand it, but it's all about ball control, time control, and 3.5 yards 3 times. And when you get a run like that by number 28 for Canyon Lake, that is Cash Simba. We call that the slot T casserole.
Well, if you run it well and you run it properly, you're going to limit the number of touches of your opponent. And in a team like this that scored a lot of points, you want to try to take a lot of time off the clock.
Twins to the bottom is Gilliam and Williams. Harris looking that way, has a pass downfield and just over the top of Harris Gilliam. I saw that same play against Cuero and Wimberley, and it was successful for some touchdowns during the preseason. And once in the, I believe it would have been the game after Wimberley, Fredericksburg. I'm sorry, that was the game I'm thinking about.
Looks like we had a flag on the field. That's going to go against the defense.
And it does. That'll push Canyon Lake further into Patriot territory down to the 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
Are they?
I think that might have been a roughing the passer. I never saw the call.
I didn't either. This is going to be offsides.
And I'm surprised. I don't understand why they didn't just let that play continue.
I don't.
Unless it's motion. I mean, the only thing that it could be is that Canyon Lake did it.
Yeah, they did. They had motion on the offense, and that is number 6. And I'll tell you what, I'm fit to be tied over that right now. False start.
That's 4 of those.
Is it 4?
In this series.
Oh, good.
Not in the game. Not in this series.
Because they had one down here at 1st and goal at the 8, and that pushed them back 5 yards. That's 5. But who's counting?
I hope our roving reporter is counting somewhere.
And I'll tell you what, Don Holmes, he's down there somewhere, but that was Abbott. Abbott make about of a loss of a yard, nowhere to go. And the nose tackle just taking care of business, number 90 for the Patriots. And we hadn't talked to him about him. It's Caleb Rector. He goes both ways on offensive defense. He's just a multi-talented athlete. Big boy. They got him at 6'3", 275. Brings up 2nd down and 15. Make that 16. Well, we got a little wind up here, and it is windy. Front's moving in and out. Going to have a little weather tomorrow. Cool things down for us. I understand since I've been away for 2 days, no rain at the house. Very little.
Not a lot. Nothing to measurable.
Timeout by the Hawks. Well, we thank y'all for joining us tonight. Everybody's out there. I hope you're having a good time. We're doing the best we can with what we have, and I would tell you right now, we do very well.
Yeah, it's a good game so far. I'm enjoying it. Sorry about that wind you hear on the mic. It's just it's really picked up breezy. It's kind of blowing right into our old nest where our cameras are at. But it's a good game.
Well, coming up at the Capital Farm Credit halftime, we'll have the Mighty Hawk Band. There's a homecoming festival coming on as well, but we're going to be doing the giveaways, and everybody is online, is watching, wants to be a part of that. Got all kinds of gifts to give. We got the Huth Transport $50 gift certificates to the Landry's brand of restaurants. We've got the glamping teepees.
There they are.
Look at those things there.
Well,
you can do some.
That looks pretty nice.
I like to say I can't get over glamping.
Well, it's it's there's full-on air conditioning in that
that's
thing.
That's Austin moving in on you.
Yeah, that is full-on air conditioning.
Yeah.
It's not It's not sleeping on the ground.
You're not on a
do.
buckskin or anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, you have a buckskin,
okay.
but you don't. You are full on.
First and second down and 15. Canyon Lake backside pass to Abbott, and Abbott reached out, and I think he heard footsteps, and that was 6 points right there. Abbott just reached out. And I got to believe he saw some people coming out.
The problem is the ball was too high. He just got one hand on it. It was going to be a tough catch. I mean, it's one of those things that the screen was set up perfectly. He had blockers out in front of him. If that ball's put where it needs to be, it's probably in the end zone.
Well, to bring up third down and 15, Canyon Lake will be giving the ball away to the Patriots beginning in the second half. So a score here of any sort would be monumental. Going to be a jet sweep to Williams. He's got people all over. They're going to shut the door on this one. They had a backside blitz coming. They ran him down from behind and get loss of about 4. That'll take Canyon Lake out of field goal range. So if you're fourth down and forever, you're Coach Green, what do you have to lose? Well, I guess we're going to bring on the kicking team and play field position.
Yeah, that to me is an excellent decision. Here's why. We talked about at the beginning that the run defense is going to be what is highly one of the keys to the game for Canyon Lake. If you can pooch this and stick them on the inside the 10, you're forcing them to have to go 90 yards in 5 minutes, and that's hard to do when you're a run-style offense.
What did you say? There's
timeout by the Patriots, by the way.
There's 4:32 left, so you pin them back, you stop them, you're going to get the ball back with maybe 2 minutes left.
That's right. That's right.
Well, the wind moves in here. Got a front on the way here. We're here, as we always are, on Friday night. Next week, we'll have homecoming on a Thursday
night.
7 o'clock is the kickoff. So we'll go on the air probably a little early, so be aware of that time. Subscribe to YouTube, as Evelyn will tell you right there. Hit subscribe, and every time we have a link put up, they will notify you on that. But we don't ask for any Social Security numbers, driver's license, first birth, or anybody, and any information like that. Just hit subscribe and help us out. If you want to follow things going on at Canyon Lake, go to Canyon Lake Broadcasting 2 on Instagram. We've got everything there and more.
The one thing that Canyon Lake's got to recall is that we're talking about a team that can average 35 points a game. So far we've seen 7 out of them with a 5 turnover first quarter. This is a team that has the potential to score.
Seth Morales back deep for the punt, and they'll knock that one out the end zone. Van Alstad doing the punting. Our punter, which is out, we talked about that Garza. He was our punter as well as our fullback lead running back. Don't know if he'll return this season. Maybe I just don't know the 4-1-1, and we're frankly not going to start talking about things that we can't talk about, UIL rules, about injuries to students and stuff like that. But he's out for a while, from what I understand. And Canyon Lake it's got a stall of racehorses back there. So,
well, we would have liked to have seen that. You drop that in around the 10-yard line, but it goes into the end zone, and they'll set up shop at the 20.
Well, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the 20-yard line. Clinton Dixon, the quarterback, gives it to Warren. Warren right side, huge hole, and over comes Uresti, and Warren just lowers the boom and gets over on number 80, and that's Reiners. We hadn't talked about Reiners tonight, but he is the defensive end. So what do you think he's doing all the way downfield making the tackle, LJ?
Well, he's playing ball because there was an excellent block by the wideout, number 14.
Little tunnel screen out to the right side. Put in the people that have the speed, and there you go. Can Rodriguez get to him? Cuts back, and he allows somebody to catch up with him for the tackle, and that is number 52, Anderson. Big play by the Patriots. You talked about how many points they scored in the game, and that's indicative of that. 1st and 10 at the 19. They're going to up-tempo offense. Dixon gets the ball, makes the corner, touchdown. Now, the flags weren't set. No flag on the play, though it'll stand as a touchdown. That was in how many plays? 3?
I believe so.
Wow.
That was a fantastic series of downs by the Patriots. They do a couple of things. They established a run, but then they used basically the pass as a run with that tunnel screen and allow their athletes just to get in space.
Yeah, well, they only took about 38 seconds to get that score up on the board.
That's right.
Here goes the extra point attempt for 2, and it'll be good for the Deuce. Number 8 on the tackle for Canyon Lake, but it won't make any difference, and that's Ryder Hopper. Ryder Hopper. Well, Canyon Lake, the part that they tried to do, which they've done well, is take long drives down the field to keep that offense off the field. That's part of the slot T offense that I just mentioned. It's one of the things that they do. And, well, I'll tell you, that wasn't a 2 extra points. It was Dixon was out of bounds, so that was the touchdown. And the point up is good. We apologize for that. But now the score is 3:30 to go here in the second, 14-13. And we've got ourselves a ball game, folks. Thank y'all for joining us.
You know, you'll hear this across any level of this sport that you play. When you have that many turnovers and you don't take advantage of them, it can come back to haunt you. What you're doing basically is leaving a very talented team within striking distance in the game, and we're starting to see that manifest itself a little bit.
Yeah, LJ, I agree with you, but if you told me we would be at 13-14 at halftime, I'd probably say it was a pretty good job of keeping ourselves in the game.
Well, no disrespect to anybody. It's just that
you certainly left opportunities that you could have capitalized on for sure.
Well, and maybe different than that. I guess I was kind of looking at it from a different lens. When you leave somebody that close,
yep.
All of a sudden, then at any kind of momentum turn or anything that may turn the game around, when momentum gets into your hand in a close ball game, it can be the end for you. We saw that happen in college football last weekend. We saw that happen last night. That Canyon had the ball with time left. They threw an interception. Bernie Champion capitalized on it, and with 1 second to go,
Short kick.
Onside kick.
Anderson, the linebacker, comes in and make it. What a nice kick by Nunez, and what a good opportunity Coach Irving tried to give his team on that short kick. That is just athletic ability by Anderson, the middle linebacker.
That right there was football IQ.
Flag on the play, though. They're going to be
offside. They were offside. They were going to say they were definitely offside.
Yeah, well, Canyon Lake wants that ball right there, I guarantee
Yeah, they're going to decline that.
Yeah. What a play by Anderson. Heads-up play. Well, Canyon Lake will have 3:29 to go down the field to put some points on the board. The opening kickoff for second half will be going to the Patriots. So grinding it out and keeping their offense on the field is what Canyon Lake we talked about. Again, there's several things we talked about, LJ, on this pregame, but that was one of them.
Anderson doing a good job of demonstrating not only a little bit of IQ, but also proving to the point that, Veterans Memorial, anybody is going to try to stay in this game, and they're going to do it with any means possible.
1st and 10, Canyon Lake is going to be the right side. Abbott, right side. He'll get out to about the 50 midfield, and he's run down at about the 48. Nice gain.
Abbott using his
by
arms
the senior.
Stiff arm, and he's able to turn that corner and turn that into a nice gain. He is behind the line of scrimmage, at which point he had first contact.
It'll be 2nd down and 2. A lot of options on the board when you are in that situation. Ball at about the 48-yard line as time continues to run down. 3 minutes to go. Shotgun formation for Canyon Lake. It's going to be inside trap here. And Rodriguez just got to the line of scrimmage and was immediately met in the hole by number 38 for the Patriots. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down. And that is – I don't have a number for 30 yet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't have that. Well, as a matter of fact, we didn't even get a roster for Veterans Memorial. So we're using numbers that we're pulling off of Max Preps, and we're doing the best we can here.
3rd down and 2. They're going to push this forward just to get that 1st down to keep the drive alive because you don't want to give the ball back to the fast guys.
No, you don't. And they have proven that they do have speed.
Here's the effort here on just a give and go for the center and quarterback to get that 1st down.
Got the big uglies moving forward in the front 3 and just got the movement they needed.
Now, Stevens, the center, number 75, he's a
big fella.
He's meat and potatoes, I guarantee you that. 1st and down about the 46-yard line. Backside trap to Williams. Got a big hole. Williams is across the 30. He's the 20. No flag on the play. Touchdown, Canyon Lake. Wow, what a response.
Man, they continue to do the right things at the right time. That time being able to come off the edge and use Williams' speed against the speed team. As bunched up as Veterans is playing, they're susceptible in space. Every time you get a guy around, that mass of bodies that they have lined up at the line of scrimmage, you're opening yourself up to get scored on That time it happened. Williams, again, proving he's the athlete on this team.
He is. Big block out there for him that sprung him. Really, it was Oscar Aguilar, number 54. Got that seal out there on the edge, and they were off to the races.
Canyon Lake could go for the deuce here. Crowder rolling out. Steps back, has a man. Got it, Williams. The extra point is good for the deuce. Canyon Lake, 21-14. Wow, what an impressive move for Canyon Lake on 5 or 6 plays.
And the defensive men that time had position on Williams. Slight mismatch. Williams able to go up and high point the ball. He knew where he was in space, and he knew where he was on the field. He did a good job of getting into the end zone and then turning in to catch the ball. Yeah,
they just had the Patriots all turned around in coverage, and it was a great play. Good call by the offensive coordinator, Bill Green. So we got a game here, 21-14, 2:04 to go. Last time the Patriots had the ball, Darren said it took them 38 seconds to score.
It did.
If I remember right.
But we talked about the fact that there could be time for Canyon Lake to come back and put something on the board. It only took them 1 minute and 20 seconds.
And to think, you just struggled in algebra.
I know. I tell you, but the backwards math will get you every time.
Yeah. Well, kicking the ball is somebody we know near and dear to our hearts, and that is Jack Strachner. His mother is the soccer coach at Canyon Lake High School. Jeff Strachner used to teach at Canyon Lake, now is an AP at Davenport, one of the Comel ISD high schools. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Canyon Lake Broadcasting, Voice of the Hawk, the 369th show under our belt, Darren.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
Started
out in just a tin can and a string.
Literally. But we have seen the tin can and the string as the Patriots fair catch at about the 31, LJ. Did I get that right? We're getting a little glare off the window up here in the lights, and it's sometimes the ball lands right in that glare.
They're going to put it on.
What we saw, Corey, was a coat hanger and a duct tape.
Oh, yeah, coat hanger hanging down on a man's neck with duct tape.
Yeah.
It was one of those tape recorders from Montgomery Ward's.
He was using the old cassette, I'm pretty sure.
Terrible. First and 10, shotgun trips to the bottom of your screen. He's going to give it to Warren. Warren weaves in and out of traffic across the 30, 35, 40. Big hole, still on his feet, tiptoe down the sidelines. He'll be shoved out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. What speed in that hole? They just hit that extra gear the fast guys do.
Well, and that kind of manifested itself because Uresti that time had a clear shot into the backfield, but he takes the wrong angle and comes up too tight. They're able to bounce that outside of him.
Trips right and left. It's going to be a no-tunnel screen. Put the ball into the hands of your talented athletes as they go backside. There's a big hole. Down the sidelines it goes. Can they get there? And Harris Gilliam, touchdown-saving tackle, came from behind. That's just speed. They have speed everywhere that you turn. And I don't know how many seconds they've been with the ball, but they'll go up tempo again. And timeout has been called by Irving, our Canyon Lake, to slow down the tempo. Good call by the coaches. You just put it into the hands of the guys that's got the speed, whether it's a quick tunnel screen, one out in the flats, or others. Let them do the work that they do.
And a complete reversal of field at that point. I mean, he came all the way back across. You know, the only two people out there were Harris Gilliam and Lindell. They kept the wideout, did a good job of staying in his position and getting the big block against Lindell and giving him another 12, 15 yards.
Lindell, there's a story on Lindell, and nobody knows it, J.R. Lindell. His brother was actually his Little League football coach for many, many, many years, Josh Lindell. So shout out to him if he's listening, or maybe he's on the stands on the other side. But, Lindell tradition carries. He carries on at Canyon Lake, and Josh did play for the Canyon Lake. He had the CL on his helmet at one time or the other. First and goal at the 7-yard line for the Patriots. And I know Darren's taken that stopwatch to account to figure out how long this drive is.
Whew, this doesn't take much time.
No. Switch to the bottom of your screen. Went out to the top screen. Warren in the backfield with Dixon. Here comes a man in motion on the upside. They're going to run this ball right up the middle. Big hole up the right side, touchdown. They just knifed through Canyon Lake's defense. The offensive line getting it done for the Patriots.
Yeah, and they basically went in untouched. I mean, there wasn't anybody that was even remotely close to him as he knives through the line, as you said, and that's probably an accurate description, the most accurate description.
Extra point by Nunez, and it is good. So we're all knotted up here with 1:37 to go in the second quarter. Thank y'all for joining tonight. LJ doing his color commentation. Darren putting on the show with Chad Parma. And Chad is running the camera shots that y'all see tonight. And thank you for the Canyon Lake Broadcasting Club kids. We're going to get shots of these kids here in a little while, right? I'm getting a head nod over here. Yes, we are. So
we'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
I wore a tie for you tonight. You got to get one shot of me.
Look, anybody who wears a tie and gets on the back pocket of the Orchid Man coming home from work in the hill country.
I'm telling you, I feel, I mean.
Step out there. Step out there. Step back there. Okay, there you go. Right there.
Isn't that nice?
That's nice. It's very nice. Is that burnt orange?
It is burnt orange.
Okay, just checking.
You
wasn't
dang
sure.
right it
Wasn't
is.
sure if it was or wasn't.
You know what?
Well, it's not periwinkle.
The funeral I went to was the funeral of a man who was a lifelong supporter of the University of Texas and die-hard Longhorn. I tell you what, I realized that I've got some clothes shopping to do this week.
Yes.
They outdid me.
You got to upgrade?
I got out Whataburgered when it came to burnt orange apparel. That's hard to do.
Here comes Nunez with the kickoff, and he's going to punch this one just short and giving Canyon Lake the ball at about the 32-yard line. Rodriguez, the senior, who's had a great 3 games of his senior year. He has racked up some points last year. Last week he had 163 yards rushing. Instrumental in the game winning against Davenport last year, falling on a fumble inside the end zone. But he's a good kid. See him all the time. Stops by my room and says hello. Well, shout out to everybody out there watching us tonight. If you're on YouTube, give a little comment to the comment box. If you're not, just try to give us a text. We've got the giveaways coming up here and in just a little while, so be prepared to win those. When you win a gift or giveaway, the sponsors take your address and they send you whatever it is.
Your gift certificate.
So you just got to be a little, just take a. They'll get to you. I know they do. They'll come up with their gifts.
Yeah, they will send them to you. But you got to help us out. And once you know you've won, send us back your pertinent information so they can get that in your hands and get the gift certificate to you.
First and 10, Canyon Lake at the 40-yard line, good field position. They're going to go right at the middle, Abbott. And Abbott is going to pick up about 3 yards. It's the old slot T casserole. They're going to minute 30 and counting here.
Yeah, Corey, that was about a 11-second drive.
Ah, okay. Thank you. Backside trap to Williams. Big hole again. Williams right up the middle. And that's a play he scored on a while ago. He'll get across the 50 down to the 44-yard line. First down, Canyon Lake. They'll stop the clock here shortly. Canyon Lake pressing to get us some points on the board. Harris shotgun. I mean, man, he throws that one out of bounds. And
that is a good decision.
Yeah.
That is a great decision. There was nothing there. Williams is the only eligible receiver out in that space, and he was covered up like a blanket.
He was.
There was nothing he could do with that. But the brilliance in that is killing the clock.
Very much so. Very much so.
That's a little football IQ out there.
It is. Good
Otherwise
job.
known as.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Please wait until after halftime. Williams on the right side trying to get away and just couldn't slip the tackle as he goes out of down, and timeout is called by Canyon Lake. I think that's Canyon Lake's last timeout. Let's see the scoreboard. They have one up there. Maybe they hadn't adjusted. I have them at 3 because they took a timeout a while ago. And it's either their last timeout or their second to last timeout. 3rd down and 12. And Canyon Lake is just jonesing to get on the board. I didn't see the referees make the third timeout call yet. Thank y'all for joining us. So we're going to do our halftime giveaways here in a little while. And to win, it's easy to play. We'll give you a number that you text to win. And once we say, let go, and you're going to be on the line with a lot of professionals down there. So.
Oh, yeah, there's people out there that are just they're probably heating up the old iPhone 12. Ready to come after it.
Heating up the iPhone.
That's a
12.
reference to my phone.
Oh, I know.
In case you're out there, everybody out there.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a processor that was something back in the 70s.
Hey.
When the solar flare occurs, okay, I'm going to be the one with the equipment that works. saying. Third down
Gotcha.
and 12.
All analog.
Yeah, all analog. In motions, Williams backside trapped it. Rodriguez, and they had an opening there just for a second. Great defensive play by the Patriots, and they call timeout, sniffing that they'll have a minute or so as Canyon Lake sniffs out a 4th down and 12. No gain on the play by Rodriguez. Well, it's the last thing you want to do is give the Patriots the ball. They scored 14 points in probably 50 seconds.
Yes. That's
total.
Both drives.
Both drives.
I would say that's probably accurate.
Well, we thank you all for joining us, and we are going to get you that Mighty Hawk band. Darren says tonight we've got some audio.
We are.
Things.
We've got it going.
We're primed and primed.
We're fighting the wind a little bit on our mic.
We are.
We're going to bring it to you, wind and all, just so you can enjoy the Mighty Hawk band and the Emerald Dancers. I believe they're dancing as well. Yes, they're down there. I see them, prepped and ready.
Well, back deep to receive the punt will be number 28, and I'm telling you, if he's back deep to receive a punt, he is the fast guy. And that is going to be Aiden Campos. So it's about the 20-yard. Aiden Van Alstal will line up a punt. But waiting here for something to clear up on the Canyon Lakeside bench. They don't have enough players, and he's going to get free coaching when he gets back off of the field. I promise you.
You want to have a guard. It's important.
It's very important. Van Alstal takes the ball, run. It's going to be a fake pass. Oh, and in and out of the hands of Eli Hammonds. Oh, no.
Well, it would have I don't know that he would have had the room to get the first down had he caught it.
Yeah, I was going to say that may have not been such a bad thing. It's an incomplete pass. You know,
he would have caught it at the 45-yard line, and he had two players, one at the 43, one at the – and I think he had a lot
He had a lot of work to do in front of him.
Well, 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line is the Patriots. 1:02 to go, and as we just said, that's plenty of time for them to get on the wagon and score. If Canyon Lake can make a stop, it's going to be Dixon right up the middle. Huge hole. Dixon across the 40-yard line. And that's a 15, 14-yard gain. They're going to get up the up-tempo offense again. And we've got, I think, a flag on the other side. The referee has come in. No flag, but he has stopped the up-tempo. Trips to the bottom of your screen.
Allow the sticks. Sticks didn't get set that time.
Another tunnel screen out to the right side, just looking for that edge, and they've got it. 15 coming, making the tackle finally by Canyon Lake. And that is Tristan Alexander. 1st and 10 again. As they're trying to get these chains down before they take off and run. That's what the referee's doing. You got to slow it down because our guys here tonight aren't that quick to get into place. 1st and 10 at about the 28-yard line. Jet sweep right side. Another huge gaping hole. And there you go. Touchdown. I'll make the call.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
That time.
That was a minute 2. Now it's 38 seconds. Darren, you going to do the math on that touchdown by the Patriots?
And a move out in space, it's a juke, and unfortunately Lindell comes in on the short end of that. It was a fantastic athletic move. And create some space and runs unattended into the end zone.
Here comes Nunez with the extra point attempt, and it is up, and it is good. Well, just like that, 28 points ripped off by the Patriots, 21 done well by Canyon Lake, and that's going to be probably the score at halftime, 28-21, Canyon Lake down 7 going into the second half. Speed they have, talent they have, get them in open spaces and let them do what they do.
You know,
two different styles of offenses.
It is, but this is going to be an interesting set of downs or interesting 38 seconds for Bill Green right here. As much as they're trading punches, you have to believe that they have thought through what they're going to do. There is going to be 3 or 4 scripted plays that they're going to come out with in hopes that they can get down this field quickly.
Yep.
Well, as Canyon Lake's defense has maybe gotten a little gassed here late in the second quarter, they've been a step behind, a step off, and not been able to sort of make that play that they were getting done in the first quarter.
Yeah. Well, back deep is coming in Van Alstal, being back in the backfield there about the goal line, receiving the kick. Harris Gilliam at about the 15 on the side is Williams. Last couple of kicks, though, Nunez has kind of chunked it up a little short on purpose. Hoping to look for a little turnover or kidding Canyon Lake napping on the job and unaware. I got to believe he's going to let this one fly, although he is into that stiff wind. So he's going to do a squibbler down the middle and jumped on immediately. Nice play. And that'll stop the clock and give Canyon Lake the maximum amount of time. Number 5 getting the ball for the Hawks. That is Ryder Smith, his sophomore. Well, Canyon Lake will have it 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, and folks, here in just a little bit, we'll get you some scores from around the district. There's a lot of interesting games that are going on right now.
More howdy.
And this is proving to be fascinating.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of people didn't think it'd be 28-21 at the halftime of this game. So Canyon Lake, very impressed about this time last year. We'll make comparisons once again. It's going to be the peanut play this time. It's Abbott. Abbott squirts out the right side. Abbott makes a move. Abbott across the 50. Back speeds, trying to look out of bounds. He's still on his feet. And Abbott gets hit, and there's going to be a penalty on this side of the field as Abbott gets across to about the 35-yard line. Hold the presses, folks.
Now, Harris Gilliam's got his hands up like, hey, look, man,
I didn't do nothing.
It wasn't me. I don't know what the call is going to
it.
be, but that is a long, well, there's 53 and a third yards across a football field, and he was 50 yards away from where that ball was.
There's a lot of hand fighting.
Uh-oh. Well, it'll be an unsportsmanlike conduct call on both of the athletes. First call of the game. I didn't see it. I'm sure it's on tape somewhere.
Yep. No, it was in the bottom of the screen. You can see the hand fighting on both sides as they went down the field. I think a little extracurricular after the whistle blew on both of them.
Coach Bill Green wanting to get on the ball. He's saying, come on, offense, get up there. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Canyon Lake at the 35-yard line. Pass downfield is going to be Harris again. Harris takes the ball, and Harris gets into the end zone. No, they're saying they intercepted it.
Holy cow. Holy cow. What a defensive play. I honestly thought for a second that Gilliam came down with the football.
I did too. I'm sorry, folks. And again, we're up. I'm 400 feet from that call.
Sky high. Anyway.
Great facilities, though. Great facilities. So the Canyon Lake, they'll go turning the ball over to the Patriots at the 25-yard line.
I think the ball comes free and bounces off the back of Gilliam.
I just couldn't see it.
Yeah, if we go back and look at it one more time here.
Let's take a look at that.
I'm going to slow it down just a bit and watch this.
You know, Jimmy Adams is right now saying, yeah, this is a good idea, replay, Darren.
Yeah, it's great. So ball's up in the air. We get it back in frame as he's coming down. See, the ball's loose, and I think it comes off of his back because it never hits the ground as Gilliam tries to make a play on it. And I think that was fortunate for the defensive back to get it off of him.
It's going to be Dixon again in open space, and he's got 10 yards, 15 yards, and Dixon still on his feet. He's going to pick up about 18 yards, 1st and 10 with 11 seconds to go. Canyon Lake going to get into prevent defense and put 5-6 people back past midfield. Reinhardt and gang has to get a little pressure on Dixon. There's a lot of open field with the people out there in the white helmets. Wanted to take advantage of it. We'll let the time run out. That will be the first half of the game. We'll thank everybody for joining us here as your halftime score. 28-21, the Patriots are up. We're going to go into some commercial breaks, pay some bills, and come back with some halftime entertainment by the Mighty Hawk Band. So don't go away.
Welcome to Mystic Quarry, a modern glamping and RV resort located near the Guadalupe River and Canyon Lake in the heart of the Texas Hill Country. Mystic Quarry Resort is designed for those who camp and those who don't, where camping is a style you get to choose yourself. Whether that's a tiny house, boho teepee, safari lodge, cabin, RV site, or tent site. Though our camping styles may differ, we believe that we're all the same in our love of the earth, water, fire, sun, and the night sky. Mystic Quarry. Seek a higher campground.
When it comes to buying or selling your home or land, Sunrise Realty Group is your team. Kim Gray, Angie Rowe, and Michaela Rios are Sunrise Realty Group with Keller Williams Heritage Hill Country. We have a proven track record of getting results for our clients, and we'd be honored to be your real estate agents. Our mission is to humbly serve our community by being helpful, honest, and hardworking agents who strive to provide the best service in the Canyon Lake area and honor God in all we do. We are Canyon Lake residents, Young Life supporters, and CLHS parents. Go Hawks, go! When it comes to buying or selling your home or land, Sunrise Realty Group is your team.
And we're back with the Canyon Lake Band and the Emerald Dancers as they take the field. We'll get you those shots, bringing up the sound, and enjoy.
And that was the Mighty Hawk Band. Thank you for joining us here. This is Corey Martelli, Canyon Lake Broadcasting Crew. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back with one of our favorite parts of the entire broadcast that we do besides winning games. And that's the Canyon Lake Broadcasting giveaway segment. We're all ready to do that. We'll go over the prizes and how to do that. Anybody can win, anybody can play, and anybody is eligible. We get a shout out to the crowd over there from Canyon Lake. But we'll be right back here in just a moment.
Hey, folks, looking for an auto repair shop? Try Triple Peak Auto Repair. Rodney Sells, veteran proud, here in Canyon Lake. Give them a call at 830-237-6236. That's 830-237-6236. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Triple Peak Auto Repair.
Hi, this is Terry from the UPS store located on 113 Stargrass inside the Good Life Pharmacy on FM 306. From packing and shipping to faxing and copying, we can do it all here at the UPS store. Amazon returns, we can take care of that. We also have a notary on staff throughout the day. Come see us here at the UPS store across from Rebecca Creek Elementary on FM 306.
Looking for a plumber here in Central Texas, and look no further than Cowboy Plumbing Services. Cowboy Plumbing Services, 830-214-4133, 830-214-4133. Cowboy Plumbing Services, owner and operated Jared Criddle. He'll be the last plumber you'll ever need. License number M36742.
Hey, this is Corey from Canyon Lake Broadcasting. If you're looking for Jalisco-style Mexican food in Canyon Lake, stop by Cafe Guadalajara. Open Monday 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday 8 to 3. Call in your order to go and get some Arturo's Mexican Charro beans. Cafe Guadalajara in Canyon Lake, authentic Jalisco-style Mexican food.
Of Ted Nugent, the Motor City Madman. Thank you for giving us the vine and allowed to use his bumper music. Got that message. And YouTube keeps asking us, are we allowed to do that? And I keep telling YouTube, yes, we do. What do you want me to do about it?
Yep.
Hey, you know.
We have official email.
We have official emails. Hey, anyway, it's halftime show, and nothing better to do during the halftime show than watch Mighty Hawk Band and then do the Canyon Lake Broadcasting traditional giveaways. For 8 years we've been doing this. And it's a lot of fun. Anybody can play. We'll go over the rules in case you're new. I doubt it, but we're going to go over them anyway. The only people ineligible to win this are Darren, Chad, LJ, and Evelyn, and myself. Other than that, as we all know, Miss Parma's very eligible, as she sometimes piranhas the giveaway show. She's been known to win.
She's an expert. She's an expert.
She's an expert. So this is how you win. You get text a number, not right now. We'll tell you when to go, but not now. So just hang on. The number you want to text is 210-246-3345. That's 210-246-3345. Don't do it now. We're going to go over the prizes, okay? One of the prizes is the Mima's Tacos $8 gift certificate. Huth Transport, $50 gift certificates to Saltgrass or the Landry's family of restaurants. And then the Capital Farm Credit Knife Sharpener by David Harrison out there. And the Mystic Quarry Teepee for the glamping award. There's the pictures of the gifts right there. And, of course, when you win, when we tell you win, then all you got to do is text us your name and address and everything. And that way the sponsors can get a hold of you and mail you your gifts. If you hadn't got a gift yet and you won in the past, please be patient. Your name was given. You will get your gift. Nobody's going to back out on Darren, needless to say. So, with that in mind, we've got the boards are all cleared. Let me hang on just a minute. We'll clear these real quick. People texting me all stuff. I'm going to get this cleared. I got Chad over here and Darren over here looking at me. And okay, I think we're good to go. We're clear. Whoops. Yeah. You said something, Chad?
Oh, do you need help?
Yes, we got Chad over here, so we're going to get this thing underway. We're going to have verification by 3 different people. And the contest is underway. Start texting now to win. And here we go.
And that number is?
246-3345. Do not call. Only text.
Text.
Miss Escamilla won some food not too long ago. She's trying to get that glamping thing. So maybe she said maybe her husband Victor Escamilla could wear a bow tie and some hush puppies and have a glamping night and a dinner to match her gift card from last week.
Nice.
I'd like to see Coach in a bow tie.
I know she's listening, and you just said hush puppies.
Yeah. So, anyways, there's all these people trying to win out there, but she's. You never know. You never know. It could happen. Last week, Coach San Miguel soccer won 889 text messages. He texted once and he won.
Wow. That's pretty good odds.
That's really good odds. Chad, what do you got for us? You're over there looking like you got some work for us?
No, I don't have any stats. I was just looking at some things, but no, I'm here to help you with the contest.
Okay, here we go.
I do have some scores from around the
let's
league.
share little scores. We're going to get some winners here. Y'all do that. We're going to pick some names.
San Antonio Davenport in our district is up on Lockhart in the third quarter, early in the third quarter, and that game is 44-24. Here is one that's surprised to me. Gregory Portland having a really good football team. Shout out to Joel Hall from Gregory Portland. Bernie is beating Gregory Portland handily in the third quarter, 44-14. Burnett is taking care of business, 21-7 over Giddings. Taylor is beating Smithville at halftime, 42-13. Let's see, Wimberley is beating Fredericksburg 48-10. So if you want to kind of barometer on how far we've come, that may be a really good way to look at it. Let's see if I can find nothing else that I'm seeing. It's in our district that shows up, but goodness gracious, what a surprise! Now, Davenport was beating Lockhart by a worse score at halftime. So
there are people that don't seem to have the number, even though we got a lot of people coming in. 210-246-3345. That is the number. 210-246-3345. But you're gonna have to hurry.
We have all the winners.
We have all the winners. That's where we're at. We are
People
winners.
still know the number. They're still texting.
Oh,
That's
they
all
still,
right.
yeah. They never stop.
Ready?
They never stop. It's once it gets going, it just
Whoops.
It's just off the
and
chart.
if I thought there was, like cool knife sharpeners and glamping and food involved, I wouldn't quit either.
Oh no, not till
I might just keep dialing through the week until
not till the winners.
Next week's halftime.
Not till the winners are announced.
Right.
Right.
Him or her?
But it's not for us to know. We don't have to know that.
While they're being picked, another segment that we started at the beginning of the season.
Yes, Spotlight.
The Hawk, and I'm staying with it. Sorry, Mr. O, but I'm staying with it. The Hawk superlative.
Very nice. I like it.
Yes, and I kind of alluded to it earlier, but I wanna spotlight Jaden Huth.
Jaden
Huth. I have coached this young man.
We got winners.
Watched him do his thing. I'm telling you, this is a quality kid, and the Huths who have always shown great support for Canyon Lake. Jaden Huth is on our offensive line. He's number 77. He is super improved, super matured this season up front, and he's really doing a fine job. But here's the thing, speaking of veterans, and this is a really good opportunity to talk about this, he's a 4-year ROTC member and sergeant major rank for the ROTC.
Very nice.
But here's an interesting fact.
Here's an interesting fact.
This young man can bowl.
Bowl!
And I'm talking about
nice.
not just a little bit. I'm talking about
240, 250.
Yeah,
sort of rolling those types of games.
Take you to the clean. He'll keep you away from the nacho stand. He's so good.
Does he have one of those cloths that polishes the ball?
Yeah. He's got all.
He's got one of them. Does he have those
good.
partial gloves? That's what
I
want.
like the glove on the hand. What's that do?
Yeah,
it gives you strength, man.
Strength.
Your grip.
But he's actually captain of the bowling team, and he is extremely good. But here's my favorite part. That the Hoots continue to contribute, and Jaden, following in the footsteps of his folks who taught him that giving it to the community is important. He's a volunteer coach for the 7th grade.
Y'all can stop
And
texting.
his,
We have winners.
His younger brother is on the football team from Mountain Valley. So this
Very
is
nice.
This
So
is
he's
a young man.
he's assistant part-time coach.
That's right.
At the middle school.
That's right. And this is
Just to help out.
We're talking about a young man that, I mean, when you're a senior, you know, as some of our seniors can attest, they may say that, you know what, they're just trying to do whatever it takes, and they're enjoying life. But
You
this
can
man volunteers.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Now, I'm just going to say, because I think Corey's nearly in tears over here. He's ready to throw his phone to the contest is over.
It's been over.
And we can stop texting. All right. So that's so that's all good. Continue, LJ.
Oh no! We talked about kids that are exceptional in class. We've talked about kids for their abilities on the field and on the track and on and running. You know, we've talked about a lot of things, but this was a real standout. We talked about Tristan Roberts earlier in the season, and his willingness to go to Bolivia and coach football. Well, right here at home, got a young man trying to help out and volunteer as an assistant coach. When you find kids that want to get out in their community and contribute back, you have found some fine ones. Now, I will say this. This is not intended to be selective and point out people. All of our kids at Canyon Lake are fabulous. That's why we love it here. But every once in a while, and the point of the Hawk superlative is to find those kids in the school that step out, step beyond, and do great things. And we're going to continue to do this. This is our fourth. At the end of this, we are going to take a Canyon Lake broadcasting picture with our picks.
We are.
For Hawk superlatives. And you might even get it in the yearbook, but we're darn sure going to get it on the screen.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go, LJ.
He's going to have a cult following. After all this.
Well done, Mr. LJ Anderson. Appreciate that. Well, Mr. Huth, he's the number 77 down on the field. His parents are the owners of Huth Transport, giving away those goodies tonight. We do have winners, so you can stop texting. We're going to get we need to get a placard for the screen.
That says stop?
It says stop.
I'll work on that.
I stopped looking at 1,500 text messages.
Yeah.
I tried to turn my phone off, and the thing rolled on me.
You want?
I don't know if that's because it's an iPhone 12 or just I don't.
No, it probably burned up. Probably melted down over there.
It's hot. I couldn't turn it off.
I will say this: you're only 4 renditions behind.
I understand that.
With the announcement of the iPhone 15, I've got to say that is far better than the iPhone 6 that you were carrying forever.
Oh yeah,
but it was analog.
We were so
you could
proud
have
of you.
solar flares. You couldn't damage it. It was like an old 46 Jeep.
Indeed,
It's very durable. And if I could, I'd bring back my BlackBerry.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Probably couldn't get a phone call on it. But
No.
Hey. Times are changing like glaciers.
I did not know that Mr. Huth was the next Ernie McCracken. Ernie McCracken, a famous bowler.
Famous bowler, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
telling you.
Here comes the Patriots on the field.
It's the little-known things that our kids can do.
Well, I thank y'all for joining us and everybody playing out there. It's sorry I get my microphone on here a little bit better. I had to take my hat off. And Canyon Lake's on the field, or about to get on the field. Here they come out of the smoking chicken, as we say. 28-21 your score at halftime. Canyon Lake will be kicking off to the Patriots, and we'll announce the winners of all these fabulous prizes as the Capital Farm Credit halftime show is over. Nice 2 bands out there. Hawk band out there. Got a lot of good pics of the Hawk band out there.
We did.
Always doing stuff. Under the direction of Mr. Gonzalez, no less. Good to have him here. He's a heck of a guy. But anyway, we'll give away the winners here at the end of the third quarter like we traditionally do, so you can just hang on to your seat cushions or wherever you are. I want to thank you all for joining us out there. Over 1,500 tags. If phone blew up again.
Nice. Over 1,500 tags.
Probably not individually.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I mean, but still.
Yeah, people get going on that the speed dial.
The
thing.
speed dial.
It's like, I don't know how they do it, but my goodness.
I don't either, but it's over with. We appreciate it. We got a little more. We've got the fall charcuterie to be given away coming up this fall.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Don't forget that. So we'll have that given away as well.
The weather turns in
get
October.
a little colder. You don't get those smoked meats too warm.
I started thinking about charcuteries.
Yeah, he's thinking of charcuteries.
Yeah.
Man, we're infamous for them.
It worked all summer.
Oh.
I mean, it comes in about the same time, that pumpkin spice becomes popular.
I'm not a pumpkin spice guy.
I'm not either, but
disgusting.
it's just like Christmas. It keeps moving earlier and
Smells like
earlier in the calendar.
You get pumpkin spice, and then you get those instant things that go on the candles, and then it smells like grandma's closet, somewhere. It just don't jive.
We're about underway. Here we
Yep.
go. We're
Here
off
we go.
and rolling.
Oh, bounce is going to be inside the 10. He'll take it. Sometimes you get spread out a little bit, causes problems. But it's not going to be the case here.
It's gonna be a
Safety! You got to be kidding me! Holy mother bears! A safety on a kickoff!
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, who was that?
I don't think.
Wait a minute. Now there's a flag back here. Are you kidding me?
Oh, what could the flag be?
I don't know. Please don't take that away from Canyon Lake. They're saying he fair. I don't know. Man, oh, man, oh, man. The defense is coming out on the field.
Now, they're looking at
Coach is all the way out on the
hey,
20-yard line. Look how far Coach is out on there. He is fit to be tied.
Well, Strassner, they're
safety.
helping him
Hang on.
off.
Safety. Personal foul. So it's a 2-point for Canyon Lake, and they're going to get the ball, but they're going to kick off the ball a little further down the field without the person with that personal foul.
It was a personal foul, illegal contact. Did they run into the kicker? Was there contact with the kicker somehow? I don't know we didn't see it back here.
Trying to get it dialed back up.
You talking about the bizarro world today, folks? There's 5
So
turnovers.
there's the kickoff.
There's the kickoff.
10-yard line.
Okay, so we got to switch shots here. We didn't get that.
Well, we weren't quite ready.
We were. Well,
but
so
here we go.
Here we go. That's your resty. Now the activity took behind the scenes back here, but that's a safety. I don't care which way you draw that one up. The deuce is the deuce. 28-23. What a game, folks! All these turnovers and open field running.
Wow. So we have seen some interesting things tonight, folks, and I'm telling you, this just capitalizes on that. We have seen 6 turnovers in one half.
Yes.
We have seen these teams literally stand toe-to-toe and trade punches. We have
seen a safety.
A safety on a kickoff.
And then a guy's going to kick it from the 10. He's going to punt it.
Yep.
And Canyon Lake, I think he's a little too far back. Oh, it's a shank. He shanked it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Whatever you do, don't touch it. Now run it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Harris Gilliam, boy, I'll tell you what. Play like that from a coach when the ball's on the ground, that'll make the space between your ears as wide as a locked gate. Wow.
That was.
I've never called that. I don't know. That's wow. I'd like to see that one again.
Events.
Canyon Lake will have excellent field position, first and 10 at the 38-yard line.
This is an outstanding turn of events for Canyon Lake because it makes the decision at the coin flip fantastic. We score on the opening possession, and then we capitalize on the opening possession.
Twins right. It's going to be power football for Canyon Lake, and they're going to get the 3.5 yards of the slot T casserole, as we call that. Actually, a pretty good gain of about 4. It's going to be second down and maybe a little 5. Second down and 6. Wow, folks. Sorry we got away from you there, but everybody was up here in the press box and just kind of bewildered for a second there.
Our continuing super intelligent, most intelligent watchers that we have in the nation.
Backside to Williams. He's going to try to get the edge. He'll make the edge and more. First down. Williams still on his feet, and he'll get out of bounds or be tackled about the 18-yard line. Canyon Lake on the move again. Canyon Lake has been from present. They've moved the ball on this team. We talked about it in the pregame, and it's so far so good. It's just that the porousness of these defensive secondary for the defense on Canyon Lake has worked the opposite direction.
Well, they continue to move the ball. Carter Williams still having success around the edge, but just a little rule notation here. A punt.
Abbott pushing forward. And there's that pile still moving. They just keep moving little by little like a Ouija board. And they're going at the end of that, they're going to get 6 yards.
So on a safety, you have the opportunity to make a choice. You can kick the ball off or you can punt the ball. In either case, the ball is still recoverable whether you punt or you kick it. So
It's a live
Harris,
ball. It's a live
It's
ball.
a live ball. So Harris Gilliam made a good choice by picking up that ball. Otherwise, it would have been an onside kick.
2nd down and 4. Good point, LJ. Oh, and that's going to be the man on the right side called the line judge, and that's going to be number 7 for Canyon Lake. Canyon Lake, just when they start rolling, they have a little bit of the Jimmy leg, Darren, and it's cost them 7 times.
Well, you're trying to keep up tempo. You're trying to keep the momentum going, and that'll happen to you. And somebody just doesn't quite set themselves, as you said, gets the Jimmy leg, and that's a 5-yard penalty. It puts them back to 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 16-yard line. Gilliam, top of your screen. Canyon Lake's going to be more power football. Right up the middle is Abbott. Abbott! Touchdown, Canyon Lake! They answered the call on the turnover, got the deuce, put another 6 on the board for Canyon Lake here at the 9:52 mark in the 3rd. Wow.
And Abbott never turned off the Jets. I mean, he gets the ball in the background, in the backfield. He's at a full sprint by the time he hits the line of scrimmage and goes through untouched almost. Only just a little interference right there at the line. Again, I continue to talk about this. The technique, the discipline, the way that they run, our running back room is deep, folks. And every one of them, same style. They do a really good job.
Canyon Lake will go for the 2-point conversion here to make it a 3-point. Jet sweep is going to be a fake jet sweep, and the extra point to no good by a quarterback sneak is just put down to shame by the Patriots inside tackles a nose guard. Well, it's 28-29 on the board. Canyon Lake up by 1 on a just unusual night here for football as far as turnovers and the unusual. Wow. Glad to be here.
The way it's played out has certainly had we've had some events that we've got an incredibly smart crowd that keeps reminding us how things work. And we've got a 6-turnover game, a safety, a score off of a safety. We've learned a little bit about the live ball on a safety kick.
We did.
And I could try to tell you what's going to happen next, but honestly,
I wouldn't even waste my breath.
I have no idea.
Well, I know Mr. Stracer will kick it off the 40-yard line. When he hangs one up high or long again, I don't know, but last time it bore fruit. Stracer punches one down there, and he's got a leg, and they showing it right there with that win, and that's the way you take it out of the hands of the fast guy, LJ.
That is a different style kick from Stracer right there. So far, we've seen Stracer work on both corners. He's done a really good job of getting it to either side. Sometimes that works. A couple times they've been able to return it for some yardage.
Yep.
This time he kicks a missile down the middle of the field.
Got a little
literally
wind.
Split the seams.
Got some of that wind behind him as we have some Darren's working on some issues here.
Yeah, we've got a video problem. We'll be back. We're working on it.
We're going to make this a radio call. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Shotgun formation is going to give it to himself, and Dixon takes it up the middle. He's going to gain about 4 yards. Pinch was on. Number 3 making the tackle down there, and that's Max Granger. We don't talk about him at all, but to be 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 29-yard line of the Patriots. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen or in your radio box. Man comes in motion. Left to right is going to give Warren right up the middle. Big hole again, and Warren's going to get close to the first down and be short. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Reiner's on the tackle with Uresti and Rodriguez.
And they continue to spread the field. Rodriguez doing a good job coming up from that safety position in order to make that stop.
In comes Opelt, and out goes Reinar as they hit each other on the exchange. Command in motion. Dixon will take the ball and give it to him on a jet sweep. He's going to get the first down and maybe.
Where they marked this, I don't know.
I think he's got it. Yeah, he's going to give him that. I don't mean give him. He earned it, but yeah, he tripped and got shut down. First down by about a half a yard.
And with 12 left out there on the field, he's certainly wishing he had that back.
First down at the 36-yard line of the Patriots. It's going to be a jet sweep fake again. Clinton Dixon's going to call his own number, and guess who shows up to shut the door?
Eli Hammonds, and Eli does a really good job on that read. They're bringing people across in motion, and so they're bringing them across. the quarterback's making a decision, hand the ball or keep it. Eli reads that perfectly and is up in the middle of the hole to stop that.
Well, it is going to be 2nd down and 10 as a man comes in motion from left to right. It's going to be a tunnel screen to get their athletes out in the open and try to make them make some moves, and they do. Be close to a 1st down this time, about a 10-yard gain to the point, make it 11. Be 1st and 10 for the Patriots. They're moving downfield at the 47-yard line of their own yard line. 1st and 10, up-tempo offense goes shotgun. Twins left, twins right. Dixon takes the ball, is going to keep a huge hole on the right side. There he goes. He gets out in open field, makes it happen, and he is thrown to the dirt at about the 40-yard line by number 15 for Canyon Lake. That's Tristan Alexander. He's a sophomore. Now, when the mini sophomore Canyon Lake has on their hands all the way across to the Canyon Lake 47, 48-yard line, 1st and 10, 7:48 to go. Warren's going to get the ball. They're going to take taking a timeout on an extra point, LJ. I'm not fully understanding that unless they had personnel missing.
Well, it's 29-28 is when we started this. So now it's 34. So 36, if they go for 2 here, would make it again a 7-point game, and that's exactly what they're discussing. Do we try to turn this into a 7-point game? Force something bad to happen on an extra point. These two are basically trading blows like prize fighters. So just going back and forth.
What a shootout.
So it's going to be the intangible things that they're going to try to prevent, think, prepare against. And right now I think they're dialing up a play for a 2-point conversion in order to make this back at 7 points.
Well, last week or so ago, Fredericksburg got in a shootout with Canyon Lake at home. Canyon Lake 52-43 was the final score, and it was a back-and-forth shootout as well. And so we got on our menu tonight. 6:46 to go in the third. They're going to go for the deuce. Dixon in the backfield, shotgun with Warren. Little shifting on the line, and it's going to be a run wide open. Man, you could have drove a Mack truck in there sideways.
Yeah, and that, I almost think right then the line judge just missed one.
He did.
They bring the
he
guy
was way
in motion.
He was in motion.
And he started moving towards the line of scrimmage. If you make an advance to the line of scrimmage prior to the snap, that is an illegal procedure, and that one should have had to go back over.
It did. The referees missed that one, that's for sure. And we're not trying to be homers. It just is what it is. But, boy, it was a big one.
Well, they get everybody kind of shaded. The guy goes in motion, and everybody's going the opposite direction. That time the quarterback patient cuts back behind the pursuit and is able to walk in basically scot-free.
Well, the kickoff will be to Canyon Lake. Back deep will be – it's going to be Harris, I believe, on the far side of the field. Williams will be back there as well. And sitting in the middle will be number 36 as the setback guy, and that will be J.R. Lindell. Well, folks, I'm glad y'all having fun tonight. A little change of weather on the way. It's what they're telling me. That's what they've been telling me for 4 or 5 days, but I just can't believe some of it. But at least it's not 106 degrees, and we're here, and we're thankful we have a nice place to be here at Judson ISD, Rutledge Field, and we're thankful for Como ISD allowing us to be here, along with Mark Holbholtz, the principal of Canyon Lake High School. It's a high kick into that win. Gilliam will take it and a fair catch at about the 20. So Canyon Lake will get it to 25, 1st and 10, and they just want to grind that clock out for 6.5 minutes. and end it with the cherry on top and get 7 points on the board. Back and forth tonight like nothing I've ever seen for many years. Used to do this for a few games with Bernie back in the early 16s and 17s, but I'll tell you what, it is a pleasure being here tonight to be able to call this game, and sometimes when things happen so much and we just don't know what to say.
Yeah, so a few more scores real quick. Wimberley is final 48 to 10 over Fredericksburg. Davenport in the fourth quarter is running away with it from Lockhart, and it's 58 to 31.
Dive play up the middle, and some of that slot T inside just pounding away. Huth making the hole and pancaking somebody. Good Lord, I don't think that was a pancake. I think that was a crepe. A lot thinner.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The kid can bowl, we know.
He gets underneath the pad level. That's his key.
His pad level is fantastic, and he's done a really good job. He's, one of the areas that you see the most improvement, because they don't have a lot of snaps live action, is at the offensive line.
Power football again, Abbott on the right side. Then they're just doing power football, LJ. And I saw something a while ago. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to check this play here. But Abbott will get the first down for Canyon Lake before I'll make that comment.
Well, again, the offensive line right now in the last few downs has been able to get pad level and kind of control the line of scrimmage. They're moving off the ball and kind of moving down the field. It's making a difference in freeing up just enough time for Abbott to go.
Inside trap to Abbott, and this time the door was closed. We talked about this young man a while ago.
Yeah, just bragged on him, and that time it did not work.
Number 69 putting a stop to that play, and that's the nose guard for the Patriots. It'll break second down and 10. But no, number 69 is, he doesn't have a 69. I thought that 59, I'm sorry. We talked about him earlier. I thought I had him marked down. Harold Wilson. Inside play for Abbott, and Abbott, they're going to the man to make him get those yards, and he makes a nice gain up the middle behind his offensive line. It's going to be third down and about 4, LJ. Up tempo it goes again. Abbott just pounding away this time, and they had the pinch on, and it's going to be short at midfield and about a yard, maybe 2. Well, if you're Coach Green, do you go for it or do you play field position?
It looks as though
I was going to say a while ago, it looked like just for a minute there that the Patriot defensive line was getting just a little tired. Linebackers came up and make that play and gave the opportunity for them to get the ball back as Van Ostal sets back at about the 43-yard line. Like the 38. Snap by Van Ostal. Nice high kick. End over end. Fair caught at about the 16, 17-yard line. That's where the Patriots will set up shop. Can Canyon Lake stop this juggernaut of an offense?
We said it was going to come down to defending the run, and so far that theory has proven itself. I think it's really seriously going to come down to, can we defend the run? Can we stay technique? Can we stop them off the ball? The thing that we've seen a little bit more of out of their quarterback, Dixon, is that he's a little more patient as he tends to run the ball now.
Dixon backfield with Warren. First and 10 Patriots. Warren's going to get this ball. Big hole in the same spot. This time he's got an avenue across the 30, the 40. It's a foot race down the sidelines. And knocked out of bounds is Lindell. And Warren just took a huge gash down the right side. They're going to say he stepped out at about the 45. We're going to put the ball down, up tempo again, trying to catch Canyon Lake on their heels. And it'll be twins to the right again. Warren in the backfield. There's that little bubble screen they keep throwing, and to great effect. And guess who makes the tackle? That is number 80, Reinars, the defensive end.
I find it incredible that they line up in a bubble screen or line up in that, bubble screen, tunnel screen, and inevitably we have a defensive end coming off the ball across the field, across 3 players, and making the play for a short gain.
Dixon with the ball, keeps it. Dixon got a seam. Dixon with his speed, slips a tackle, touchdown. That's how fast it could happen. I would love to total up the number of the minutes that it takes for the Patriots to score.
Well,
all of the points.
It seems like they sputter, and then they just break one loose. And again, showing some susceptibility on that outside edge, they're able to get out in space. And
extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So here with 3:33 to go here in the third quarter, your score, Canyon Lake 29, the Patriots 43. Got a few minutes to go till we give away some of those not giveaway. Announce the winners.
Announce the winners.
Yeah.
No more texting.
More texting. There's something that I've left unmentioned, and it was pointed out to me early before the broadcast by the twins, who are super big help in preparation these days. But this is all being done without their touted starting running back.
Number one back.
Yeah, their number one back has been out since the beginning. Early in the season, James Peoples, mentioned in Dave Campbell's and super athlete. We saw a lot of him last year.
Boy, did we.
He has he's not been in a game in at least 2 games that I could tell.
Yep.
And they're doing this with backups, folks. And again, Walker coming on strong. He wasn't even seen until the second game.
Kickoff by Nunez. Taking about the 13. No fair catch on this time. Gilliam has a right side lane, and he gets shut down just to past about the 33-yard line. Good field position for Canyon Lake as they get a little rough down there on the sideline as Gilliam tries to get up. And Ostall trying to grab him and get him off the field over there so Canyon Lake can do their thing. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the 34-yard line. Thank all the teachers at Canyon Lake High School listening tonight out there. I know we got a few on the vine. And it's always good to work in a good place where you get along with everybody. It's a nice little family over there. We have a lot of fun at the expense of either one another's or otherwise. Good school, Canyon Lake High School. So.
Green catches Gilliam coming off the field, and I'm hoping that he's reminding him he's got one unsportsmanlike infraction.
Mm-hmm. Power play again. It's going to be number 19 just doing that power football right behind Eli Hammonds and Huth, along with Stevens, and that's a good for about 6 yards just about every time they run it. Maybe second down, and we'll just make it 2nd and 5. When they get to the particulars, ball at the 38-yard line. Williams and Opel, top of your screen down there. It's going to be a power football again, right in the same spot, and it's going to be Abbott with the first down for Canyon Lake. We're at the 40, let's call that the 44-yard line. Moving the chains, trying to keep the people off the field who make the points quick. Canyon Lake could do a lot here by getting a touchdown on this drive before the end of the third quarter, and there is a timeout, injury timeout down on the field. Young players shaking up on the play. Well, folks, we'll be, like I said, if you just joined us, 7 o'clock is next Thursday, homecoming. We'll be up and early there for that game. But Canyon Lake has been a little dinged up. Wonderlic came back tonight, and it's good to see number 40 out there playing middle linebacker as well. But we've got a whole slew of injuries for Canyon Lake, and then we've got a lot of sophomores out there tonight playing this game. And they learn quick. You learn or you don't. And if you don't, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. But a lot to be built on Canyon Lake here tonight. And I'll tell you what, they're a talented crew.
Well, yeah, and you don't like to see injuries again there. Eli Hammond's getting a little bit of assistance getting off the field.
Be 1st and 10 for Canyon Lake at the 44-yard line of the Patriots. 2:53 to go here, as you see on the screen. Slot T offense, another power run right up the middle, and I'll tell you, they're getting that more often than not. That's just Bill Green pounding away at the same spot, and that'll wear a guy out when you get down in the mid 8 or 7 minutes of the fourth quarter, and you need all the energy you can get.
Well, yeah, you see that offensive line beginning to really lean on people, and look, this is a team that's Veterans Memorial, the Patriots, with a lot of talent on it, so to be able to continue to go to the well and have some success there is a big deal.
We talked about that, Darren. You're right. And so sometimes, like right now, I just can feel it out there. Quit running the same play. Well, if you could go back and watch, and I watch a lot of film, you'll see that some of the offensive line, it's not the same blocking schemes that you might think. But it'll wear a player out, and some of this is setting up the next play. And that's what a lot of the slot T does, misdirection, as Van Alstall goes to the top of your screen. This time it's going to be a backside trap to Williams. He's going to cut back in the middle, gets a first down and more, heads to the sideline, and Williams will get that first down. So you set up the big power play, and then you come back with a backside trap, and you get about 12 yards.
And Carter Williams doing a good job of just seeking out the holes right then. He moved well inside of that defense. That is a huge game. Keeping this ball moving right now, this is a critical series of downs right now for Canyon Lake. And, you know, with a team that can score that fast, one of the things you got to do is stay within reach. You know, there's 2 scores on the board, or, you know, 4 points on the board making a difference.
Guess what's going to happen here? Number 8, procedure against Canyon Lake.
Wow. And that went against exactly what I'm talking about. You got to stay within striking distance. And, you know, this is extremely important for Canyon Lake to capitalize on this.
Well, it'll be 2 steps forward and 1 step back for Canyon Lake as they rack up another procedure call. First down and 15.
You know, there's 2 possessions between them now. They got to keep it within 1.
But also, the bottom of your screen, Canyon Lake gets up to the line of scrimmage very fast. Fumble on the play, and Crowder. The old Nebraska quarterback.
Yeah, he just comes up empty-handed.
Sorry about that, folks.
It's a bad exchange between center and quarterback. That play never materializes.
So you don't have the first. You get the offsides. Then you have this happen. Now you're facing second down and 16. Gilliam comes in for Van Alstall. Haven't seen the hookup between Crowder and Gilliam yet in that little quick slant. As they split out top of your screens, Gilliam at the bottom. Shotgun for Crowder. Pitch fake. Looking downfield. He's got a man down. It's Gilliam! Just outside the reach of Gilliam. He had a man beat and just couldn't lay it in the pickle barrel and spin that bean.
We had a hold on that play, and that's gonna put him back another 10, I believe.
Yeah, and Crowder doing a really good job though of making an adjustment in the pocket. He steps up, stays in the pocket, shows a little poise, and launches it. Just had a little too much joy mustard on it.
That'd be holding call. Spotted the foul, minus 10 yards. So Canyon Lake all the way back where they were a while ago at the 45. Second down. I think put that ball at 45. Yeah, so second down in about 25. As the wind continues to whip out there.
Yeah, if we go back to that play, you're going to see big penetration. Well, I went back a little too far. There you go. Big penetration. He was just sidesteps it, and that's where the hold takes place.
Pass down the middle, just out of the reach of Williams. He had the ball, and he was open, and Crowder gets pounded.
Yeah, he took a lick as he was throwing that ball just then, and it probably caused it to be a little bit off. You know, running that little sideline route was Carter Williams doing a good job of getting himself open, but under pressure, just a little bit off the mark.
Yeah, it is a little windy out there. It's going to be a third down and long for Canyon Lake. What do you come out with here? If you're Coach Green, in comes Rodriguez, the senior. Gilliam spit out to ride to the side. Bottom of your screen. That's the way Crowder's going to roll out. He has a man downfield and caught!
Catch.
What a catch. He'll be short of the first down, but Rodriguez with the snatch, and he's going to get all the way down to about the 35. He is still out of bounds. Official timeout at this time. It'll be fourth down and about 4. Wow, what a catch by Rodriguez.
Folks, that is a highlight reel catch. I mean, that is literally, he pulls that thing in one-handed, and I can tell, you know, again, some of the things or some of the injuries that are going on, and we've seen this a few times now, is Canyon Lake starting to cramp a little bit. You know, one of the things that's going on in a game like this is back and forth. The amount of times that they're running down the field, and you could see that their trainers.
What a catch!
Memorial came over and immediately starts working on him and trying to work that cramp out.
Well, he's walking off the field now, but what a catch! It's going to bring up. Well, they're saying.
It's fourth. It's the end of the quarter.
Oh, end of the quarter. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was going to say we're 4 yards short.
Yeah, we're going to flip side and hit the 4th down and a 4th quarter.
Well, is Miss Evelyn, has anybody up there giving you a little heads up? What's going on? Anybody out there with a shout out? No? Nobody? Okay. Well, at the end of the 3rd quarter, you know what that means, folks? It's giveaway time announcement. And where'd my sheet of paper? Very technical here with all of our stuff. We had We lost it.
Oh,
we didn't.
no.
We didn't lose it. It's around here.
I'll just vamp for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean.
This is really a lot of athletes
High-end.
on this Patriot team. And while we talk about the points that they put on the board, they've done it quickly, and they've got a lot of athletes. Regardless of the outcome of this game, we'll say, well, we gave up. The defense didn't hold up, but the stable of backs and the speed with which we're looking at, I don't know that we'll see a lot of teams with that capability, that many weapons as we get into district play.
No,
You got 4th down and 4, but tremendous catch by Regis. We'll get back to that in a second, LJ. And this is a huge 4th down for Canyon Lake. If they convert, backside trap, Williams cuts it upside. Williams is going to be close, and he's going to get the 1st down. What a come from behind, but the offense of Canyon Lake, courtesy of Caden Rodriguez and Williams on the offensive line. 1st and 10, Canyon Lake.
Man, and that was just an athletic move. I mean, within a yard, he is starting to see, people in the backfield. He does a good job of stopping and then accelerating, just literally boom, boom.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Big hole right side, Abbott, and he's going to get twisted and turned down at about the 24-yard line. So you're right. We DA 5-2 school, big city school, a lot of talent here. Canyon Lake holding their own up to this point. Can't get too far behind, but it'll toughen you up for the district that we'll be playing with. Davenport, Lampasas, and Marble Falls, Taylor, Burnett. It's going to be brutal in Canyon Lake, looking to make that playoff spot again for the 11th year in a row. Here comes number 25, and that's going to be bounced out to the side. It's one of the sophomores up and coming. We don't talk about at all for Canyon Lake. Excuse me, and that's Caden Lewis. Talked about him a couple times at the Fredericksburg game, but anyway. Hey, so we're going to announce the giveaways here. So listen up. Everybody listen up, turn your TV up or whatever, your iPad, your phone, wherever you're watching it. We're going to kind of start in the middle a little bit with a traditional favorite after this play with some traditional people. Number 25 again is going to get that 1st down for Canyon Lake on a 3rd and 3. Canyon Lake keeps moving the chain methodically, keeping the offense off the line. But the winners for the Meemaw's Tacos is none other than Bobby Flint and Tina Platt.
Oh, Bobby Flint.
Yeah, Bobby Flint, the number 1 defensive tackler, holds the record at Canyon Lake, 434, 435, I believe, in one season.
Played a good linebacker.
Ooh, baby, watched it all. It's all true. I can tell you by sitting there and watching it.
Mom, Laura Flint, who's the athletic secretary.
Yep. Canyon Lake got the Jimmy leg, a little sweep to the right side. Williams going to cut back up, and he's going to get a nice gain. Probably 6 yards on that, maybe 5. Depends on where they spot the ball.
No flag, Corey.
No flags. 2nd down, and we'll just call that at 5. That was your winner. So Bobby Flint and Tina Platt, all you got to do is go down to Meemaw's Tacos. They'll have your name down there. Show your ID and say, hey, I want my $8 gift certificate and get some tacos or swamp chicken or carne asada down there. And likes that.
That carne asada.
But you got to get that green sauce, too.
Yes, indeed.
That'll clear your sinuses. Caden Rodriguez with the run on the left side, and he's going to be about a yard short of the 1st down. The line of gain is the 8. So it'll be 3rd down and 1, 2 down territory as the Hawks get an up-tempo offense to get the Patriots back on their heels. Inside play is going to be to Abbott, and Abbott's going to get across down there to the 5-yard line, 1st and goal, Canyon Lake. So congratulations, Miss Platt, when I see her on Monday morning as I walk by. Congratulations.
What'd she win?
She won Meemaw's Tacos.
Oh, yeah. Miss Platt did.
Miss Platt.
Okay.
Once a week, or at least 1 or 2 teachers from Canyon Lake win something. 1st and goal for Canyon Lake. Twins out to the right side. Fumble the ball, and oh no! But did Crowder jump on it?
I think Crowder got it back.
Oh, I'll tell you what, the push off the offensive line was tremendous. They had their linebackers 3 yards deep in the end zone if that had been a play.
They really did. And for whatever reason, my focus turned to Wonderlick. Wonderlick laid a block just in out of that swingman position that was outstanding.
Yeah.
It was all there for the taking.
He's Wonderlick. He absolutely did. Good call, LJ.
But the vital handoff between center and quarterback didn't happen.
Jet sweep right side. Williams is going to have an edge. Can he cut it back inside? Cuts it out. Good block. And he's trying to get across the goal line. Did he make it? Touchdown, Canyon Lake. Stretched the ball out and got the bean across the line.
Wow.
What a drive.
Looking right here at the end, he just puts the ball out there. Nice job just breaking the plane.
That's a good
heady play.
Play by Carter Williams just then. Again, they're putting the ball in the hands of their athletes. We're putting the ball in the hands of our athletes and just, trading blows. Carter Williams, we talked about, one of the best athletes in Canyon Lake right now, and an exceptional job. But that was a critical set of downs, and they capitalized on it.
The extra point attempt is going to be Van Alstall. He'll kick it up and into the wind. It is good. So it's battle the two schools, two different flavors of offensive prowess, if you will, slot T, and the open spread running of the Patriots. 43-36 is our score, 8:03 to go. I want to thank Chad Palmer coming up here running the camera operations with the camera people out there. Putting it all together tonight. It's Darren Lesturgeon making it happen. We had a little snafu, and I didn't panic though.
I panicked.
You
twice.
did.
I panicked twice.
I don't panic because you panic. That's enough panic.
Yeah, no, I can't even explain what happened. I had to do a complete reboot of the system.
Rebooted. We got wires all over the place. Looks like the mad scientists of Burmese.
But it came back, thank God.
Well, here's the rest. The rest of the winners are the Huth Transport goes to Kimberly Hughes in Morgan Webble. So Morgan Webble, she's an ag teacher out there. She won a $50 gift certificate along with Kimberly Hughes. Please text us your name, your address, and your phone number in your text message if you're a winner. And we'll get the other winners here just in a second as Strassner lines up the kickoff into the win. Nice little poke downfield is going to be taken live at about the 18-yard line. Big hole in the middle, trying to find that lane. He does on the outside. And number 11 stays home. And what a tremendous tackle, LJ. Way to stay home and follow your man, Mason Ponanen.
And the last guy remaining, just able to get a wrap up, get him down to the ground because there was nobody behind him.
There wasn't, but you watch him come up into the line as he's got his blockers there, and just the quick cut outside. I mean, that is, you're not a lot of players that have that kind of speed and able to get out back on the edge after being so deep into the middle.
Yep. Good replay, Darren.
If you're talking to the Canyon Lake defense right now, you're saying, hey, look, all those other points on the board don't matter. This stop is the most critical. You don't let what's behind you trip you up. So,
1st and 10 for the Patriots. It's going to be right up the middle. Warren takes the ball, and he's met at about the 40-yard line. He'll get a gain of 4. Well, we have the rest of the winners for the giveaways here, and we'll just go ahead and name them. The Capital Farm Credit Knife, what do you call that? The Capital Farm Credit Knife Sharpener by David Harrison?
Yeah, it's the knife sharpener.
It's got a name.
Yes.
It's the Warthog.
Warthog. 2nd down and a 5. It's going to be given to Dixon again. He'll just keep it. He'll get about 2 yards, bring up 3rd down and 3. That's the smallest gain Dixon's made on that quarterback keep since he's been running that thing all over the field.
It's a great job by the linebacking crew just then.
Anderson comes up. You got Rand Allman in there, made a big play on the last exchange.
3rd down and 2. Can Canyon Lake bend but not break this time? He's going to be out to the 45 across midfield as Dixon goes. A good the 1st down and more. More of the same for the Patriots from that speed. 1st down.
And that time Dixon pulls up as though he may throw the ball. It freezes the coverage, and nobody comes up on him. He's able to advance the ball. He's just his ability to turn on and off that speed is uncanny.
1st down. Gives this ball to Warren and gives himself a break as Warren gets through at about 6 yards. Canyon Lake able to hamper the big break opens of late. They didn't do that in the 2nd quarter as we come in. New fresh legs come in for Canyon Lake. Number 55 making his debut out there. It's Wyatt Roberts, offensive guard as well, playing nose tackle. Second down and 4, long 4. It's going to give this to Warren. Huge open pasture out there. And coming up to make the tackle, one-on-one is Allman.
Oh,
wow.
what a play.
What a play.
Love to see that. That's
open field with a very talented man who runs the ball. Third down and 2.
As Rand Allman on the tackle. Great job.
Yeah, his sister's in the Air Force.
Yeah,
Just
indeed.
Father, a veteran, too. Third down and 2. Canyon Lake going to give it to Dixon, or going to look at Dixon, run that ball the right side, get the first down and more. And then, let me tell you what, J.R. Lindell popped Dixon really hard, and vice versa.
There was quite the collision out there, but it just shows you Dixon in open field. He's just so elusive.
So elusive.
Yeah, and that time, when you look down ever so slightly, he'll run right by you.
Right. Here is the, after this play, we'll give you the winner of the Warthog, Nar Sharpener by Capital Farm Credit. As Dixon takes the inside, bounces it outside, touchdown. Speed, speed, speed. Boy, I tell you, they're fast. And that is number 5 with the touchdown for, and that's Nathaniel Ortega Jr. I hadn't said his name much tonight, or if at all. Well, here's the winner of the Capital Farm Credit Warthog Knife Sharpener. It goes to Kathleen Patch. Kathleen Patch, you won that knife sharpener, so text me your address, and all of our prizes will be given sent to you by the sponsors. The extra point is good. So if you win something, just bear with our sponsors. They will get it to you. There's nobody in the history of Canyon Lake Broadcasting giveaway that has not gotten their gift, so we make sure of that. Now here's the big winner. Everybody listen up. Here's the winner of the teepee, 2-night glamping teepee thing that everybody's become so enamored with.
Yeah, enamored.
Enamored. Big word. 50-36 is your score. Here comes the winner. The winner for the TP Glamping 2-night stay, the value of $420 here by Mystic Quarry, goes to Linda Williams.
Linda Williams, congratulations out there,
Linda.
Linda.
Yeah, Linda, she got a glamping thing going on.
That's
and I know
awesome.
I know Mrs. Escamilla, she's heartbroken. She was thinking that she would get that, and Victor and her would go out there and do some glamping.
Well, she could combine it with that gift certificate she won, so it could be
nice
dinner and glamping.
That's what I'm saying. Well, back deep is going to be Williams, number 4, and is Harris. That's Harris Gilliam on the far side, a 10-yard line up there, top of your screen. Glad to have you all tonight. Congratulations, Miss Webble. Canyon Lake teachers racking it up again. Nunez pokes one high. It's going to be a fair caught by Gilliam. Gilliam, nobody really knew who this young man was. He came in mid-January, maybe February last year. He came from Canyon, and I think it was Canyon. And very nice mother and father. Met him the other day in the supermarket. And very mild-mannered young man and a heck of an athlete. I think he throws the baseball around.
If somebody had told me tonight coming into this game that the combined total of points was going to be 86, I would have giggled.
Well, week before that, Fredericksburg and Canyon Lake racked up 95.
Yep, I'm just really amazed at this. Now we have the same situation. Here's the problem: we've got a lot less time, Darren. We're at 5:16.
Yeah, indeed.
Rodriguez in motion. Peanut play, still out to about the 45-yard line. And that was Abbott. He runs it very well. Canyon Lake can get it 1st and 10. He'll stop the clock for just a minute. At the 5:07 mark, it'll be at the 41-yard line.
Credit to Crowder just then, who does a really good job of selling that. And the patience of Abbott, he sits there and just holds the ball for a second, kind of letting everything clear.
Yep.
And giving him a little extra yardage.
Kudos to the safety over here on the far side, standing his ground as the Canyon Lake gets into a motion again with Rodriguez. Crowder rolls out left side, back across his body, makes a heck of a throw. He spun that bean right across to him, to Rodriguez. First down, Canyon Lake.
That's another great catch from Rodriguez in this game. He goes up, climbs the ladder, is able to get it, pull it down. Nice job.
This time it's Abbott again on the right side. A little power football across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. 4:25 to go. So if you won a gift, text me your address, 210-246-3345. Backside trap with Williams again, and Williams, he'll get across there to get the first down to keep the chains rolling. They'll stop the clock at 4:10 to go here for just a minute, reset those chains. Congratulations, Morgan Webble and Kimberly Hughes, winner of Who Transport gift cards. Kathleen Patch, winner of the Capital Farm Credit Warthog knife sharpener. Wish I had one. More Power Football Abbott, just a steady dose of castor oil in Abbott. Bobby Flint won the Mima's Tacos with Tina Plant, and the winner of the TP glamping thing was Linda Williams. Second down and 4. Rodriguez again. He'll get the first down with momentum by a yard. That'll stop the clock. 3:35 to go. Canyon Lake is going to have to score here, hold them, get the ball back somehow, and do it all over again.
And
it can be done, though.
It can, but the play calling and the decisions that you make right now from the 30 in are going to be critical to whether or not you can get that ball back. I failed to look the timeouts left for
Rodriguez still punching forward. Rodriguez, there's a flag here and a flag there. Everywhere a flag here, a flag there, a flag.
They're going to call it down.
Well, let's see what happens.
The ball doesn't advance.
So we got a flag in the backfield. Flat at the line of gain was a 19-yard line. They came flying out all over the place.
We'll see what the calls
Huth
are.
going off the field with his helmet off. Not sure what that was about. That's a flag on the screen. It's yellow, still yellow.
And
Good shot by the crew.
When your helmet comes off, you are required
to
leave the field for one play.
You are.
So that's a quick substitution, unless there's something. Nope, he got it fixed. He's back on.
Meeting of the minds there, so we're kind of going over one penalty versus the next penalty.
Lot of discussion amongst the stripes. LJ, to answer your original question, I think the Patriots have 2 timeouts left.
They do.
Canyon Lake has all 3.
I finally found it on the scoreboard. I was
it doesn't jump out. It doesn't jump out to you, does it?
There's a reflection off of the gentleman in the booth next to me, and all I could see was his reflection. And
I know. Every time I look over, he's got 2 heads. Personal foul. Uh-oh.
That's a targeting foul.
Uh-oh.
He's been removed.
Oh, wow. Now, that is a big penalty. And that's the first one of those I've seen called this year. Now, I don't know where the targeting occurred.
I don't know.
That is the first one I've seen. Now, what happens is the young man, because he is removed from the game,
cannot.
He has to stay out an entirety of 4 quarters. So he will not be allowed back into the football game until
the third quarter.
The fourth quarter
of next week.
Of next week.
Whoever they play. Well, Canyon Lake's giving it their best here. Young team against a vaunted team that's doing well. And on the doorstep again with 3:12 to go.
Advantage Canyon Lake on this now. We just talked about how difficult it is to move the ball inside the 30 quickly. So this puts it now first and goal.
At the 9.
And that is a huge benefit to Canyon Lake with respect to the clock.
It is. Well, I'll tell you what, those camera crews out there getting those shots, those are the Canyon Lake broadcasting students. We have a list of those students. We get them some. They're clearing up the helmet thing. Whose helmet did not come off during the play? It's afterwards, a mechanical issue or something like that. So the first and goal at the 9-yard line for Canyon Lake. Up to the line of scrimmage comes Stevens and crew. Crowder rolling out to the right side. Has a man in the corner. He's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be caught. That's Williams at about the 1.
And momentum carries him out. He looked like he wanted to plant and try to spin it into the end zone, but he is moving way too quickly across the field.
Second and goal from the 3 or 2. Backside trap. Touchdown Canyon Lake. Number 25, the sophomore, making his name known of the junior, Caden Lewis. Canyon Lake on the spoon again. Hey, we got to say a shout-out to our crew out there. Vice President Connor Cummings, she's out there working the camera. For Elsie Rush, she's a freshman working the mobile cam. Evelyn, as you know, she's working the computer out there. Jacob Jacob King, he is a freshman out there for the first time, earning his keep. Trace is also a freshman, along with Tristan, another freshman young man out there, earning their keep on the road on their first road game, as the extra point by Van Ostal is good. And that is courtesy of Evelyn Stevens, the president. Canyon Lake, 50-43. Now, here's the big question that we're all sitting there being Captain Obvious about. Can Canyon Lake stop the Patriots, get a turnover, and cash it in?
When you guys were talking about the scenarios, maybe the biggest thing was, can you get a stop?
Yes.
That's the challenge,
exactly.
right? Can you get a stop to even get the ball back, right, and without them scoring points?
Yeah, it's a stop quickly. Now, you also are you put yourself in the timeout game. So, at this point, they're going to probably go to ball control. They're probably going to want to prevent, or keep the clock rolling. So Canyon Lake is going to find itself in double jeopardy because they're going to have to use timeouts right now on defense in order to have enough clock left to score, and then not have the timeouts left in order to be able to set something up on offense.
Well, we'll get that settled here. Stracer tries an onside kick. Oh, and he got smacked and the ball came out.
That's Canyon Lake ball.
Stay on it. Did Canyon Lake get an onside kick? There's a pile of people down there. I can't see. Canyon Lake comes up with it. Did Canyon Lake get the onside kick?
That's Uresti with the ball.
Uresti. Now the referees are having a little meeting here.
Because there was contact made in front of the 10-yard mark, and it was a block off the ball.
Well,
that coach is going bananas.
We're going to take a quick look at it. I think we've got it here. There's the ball. Goes into play. It bounces, hits the receiver.
Well, he's kind of right on the line.
And it's bang, bang. Did the guy have a chance, right? He was just behind the line, and certainly contact from Canyon Lake.
It's a live ball because it was touched by the receiving team. Therefore, that block is not going to have anything to do with it. If it was touched by the receiving team, that ball is live action.
So it is going to be live. Canyon Lake's going to have it 1st and 10 at the 49, 2:57. So they've got to go down and score. If it gets down to the nitty-gritty, they're going to have to go for the deuce for the win.
Onside kick.
Oh, my
safety.
gosh. What a thing.
Jet sweep inside trap to Lewis, and Lewis is going to pick up 2 yards the very hard way. Things are getting a little testy down there on the pawpaw patch. I will guarantee you that.
Rodriguez,
I'm sorry. Hurry up offense for Canyon Lake. 2nd and 8. And timeout has been called against the Patriots, and that's good for Canyon Lake.
That is great for Canyon Lake, and they don't have to use one of theirs. The head coach was a little bit unsettled about what was going on in front of him.
We're going to look at that onside kick one more time. Give that just a shot, and we're going to slow that down. I think I've got that. Let's see if we can't get a look at that real quick.
So there's the ball. Goes up. He touches it.
Yeah,
and he gets clobbered.
He gets clobbered. Yes, it hits his bread basket. It's a great onside kick. Got a nice hop at about the 5 yard from the kick, and
he looked like a freight train hitting an air bubble.
That was textbook right there. That was absolutely textbook.
Well, it's going to be 2nd down and 9. As they say, the rest is history.
And that is a hard kick to make. I mean, we've seen kickers try that over and over and over again.
Good job,
he gets his second bounce. Good job.
2nd down and 9. Crowder rolls up, throws a little pitch and catch out there, gets out of bounds. Only gets a couple of yards, stops the clock more importantly. You're always in 4-down territory from here on out. So it doesn't matter. You got 4 yards all the way down, 4 downs all the way down the field. You know, we didn't say that. Stracer put a nice kick into that. So
yeah, no, he got the hop that you wanted. Yeah. 5 yards from the tee, it makes a big bounce and right into the bread basket.
3rd down. Canyon Lake, can they do it? Backside trap. They come in for a blitz and catch William in the backfield. 4th down.
And we get the timeout quickly.
Yep, we do.
And this, friends, has the potential to be the ball game.
Canyon Lake has 3 timeouts. They just burned 1, so they got 2 left. Patriots have 1 as well. We thank y'all for being with us tonight. What a game. What a game. What a game.
Well, we talked about could Canyon Lake match this point for point from a scoring perspective. Corey, when we talked about the beginning of the game, we talked about the fact that although the Patriots have scored a lot, they've given up a lot.
We did. We talked about what's the Achilles heels of the Patriots. Well, they score a lot and they get scored on a lot. It's evident in the last 3 games they've played. So it's kind of maintained the modus operandi here, right?
Indeed. Stopping them is very difficult.
Did you hear me use that big word?
Oh, I don't even know if you knew what it meant.
I don't. I just
operandi.
No, I don't. It sounded good though.
It did sound good. We'll look it up later.
Yeah, most people don't even. We should have closed caption.
No.
4th down and 11. This is it.
We're not doing any more.
Here we go. Harris in the backfield. He's going to roll out. He's going to look downfield. He has a man, and no good. The ball will go over to the Patriots.
Yeah, they kind of flood that sideline over there. They have an underneath route, an over route, and everybody was there.
And it absolutely had to be a perfect throw, and it was just out of the reach of Rodriguez as he makes a diving effort for it.
Well, Canyon Lake will be on defense, 1st and 10 for the Patriots, and just out of reach. Now, weirder things have happened in this game tonight. Weirdest.
We have seen it all.
2 timeouts. Canyon Lake's got 2 timeouts, so Coach is going to call timeout as soon as they get that snap done, right? And if they can hold them in some unformed reason, the ball came out of the hands of Lampasas last year out of nowhere. They'll get in the run formation. They'll put this on. Reinar's making the tackle there. Number 10 also coming in for Canyon Lake, helping out is Caden Joyce.
Yeah,
timeout called by Canyon Lake.
When I go back to that last series of downs by Canyon Lake, I'm thinking one thing, that second down call. Whenever you got an out route, you're trying to make enough yards. They run an out route that basically gains 2, and it was designed that way. If you get further down the field or if you try to push to the sticks, you give yourself a 3rd and 3, a 3rd and 2. Now you have something to work with, and you don't look for that blitz in the backfield. They're going to try to stop the run. I don't know. I really wish if there was a pivotal call, maybe that would have been the one that I would try to focus on, is they just didn't get down the field on that second down call.
You had Crowder in motion there, so he had a little bit of time for the receiver to potentially get deeper down the field. To your point, LJ, because that really set him behind the sticks.
Yeah.
For that 3rd down play.
It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Patriots. Canyon Lake's got one more timeout to burn.
Very hard to sort of question all of those things in a game like this. It's just had it all.
I'm a homer color guy.
Right up the middle and stopped, hit by Anderson.
Who was that?
Going to be short of the 1st down. 4th down. Timeout has been called again, and 2:08 to go in the game.
Now, if they make this stop, there is a chance. And look, for the listening audience, just to say this, we're not football coaches. I'm not a football coach.
I didn't sleep at a Holiday Inn either.
No, and I'm not making a critique by any means, just an observation. Perhaps that could have changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, a little deeper route there could have made a difference because as you said, he was rolled out. And he had a little more time for the play to develop deeper.
Well, it's going to be a 3rd down and a long 3. And who says that if they don't make it, they wouldn't go for 4th down? You're making big gains. Has to be the process going through your mind that's a possibility always. Well, what a game.
It's been a good one.
And it's not over. And it's 3rd and long. A stop right here kind of.
So do you peel your ears back and come at it with everything you have? Looks like that's what they're doing.
I'd send the farm. They haven't been able to throw outside all day long. And they they had the chance.
They had it right there. Right side, Patriots, out of bounds. And that'll stop the clock with about 2 minutes. The Canyon Lake just almost had that. I think that was Abbott who came in there.
It's Caden Joyce.
Caden Joyce, I'm sorry. We have a timeout. Caden Joyce just holding his arm.
A little dinged up, I think, after that play.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for Patriots, about the 16-yard line.
And with no timeouts left, that is detrimental to Canyon Lake.
short of a major turnover here, it's going to be.
They'll give it to the quarterback, try to cut back inside, and I kind of look at that play there. I haven't done the math in my head, but why give the opportunity up to possibly get a fumble?
Yeah, I would think
with 150 to go.
Yeah, I think I
question that.
I'm knee down and letting the timing clock run.
Sure. Second down and 9, gain of 1. We thank everybody from Canyon Lake out there listening and everybody else wherever you are.
Now they can take, with one timeout, they can let the clock run down, take a timeout, reset, and then do the same thing.
Dixon in the backfield, shotgun, going to let Warren run, and Dixon will keep it. Again, just giving Canyon Lake an opportunity to get the ball out.
And at this juncture, it's all about mathematics. I mean, there's 40 seconds left on the play clock. There is a minute 4 left on the game clock. They can down this thing twice and be done with this.
Yeah, I don't know unless you're showboating.
Well,
I would put a knee to the ground and walk out of here with the win. But that's just me, Mr. Vegas.
Well, you're certainly you open yourself up to risk. I mean, they're looking
counting
at
the clock down
for sure.
Mr. Vegas.
Warren with the ball right up the middle and gets brought down in the middle. That's Wunderlich on the tackle down there. First down, that's going to be able to kill it for sure. Wunderlich making the tackle there.
They don't have to run another play.
They do not.
They don't. And it looks like they won't.
They're going to let this one run down. That'll be the end of the game, folks. Like I said, if you win, give me a text to get your number. Stay tuned for next week. Canyon Lake will walk out of here. Maybe this is a turning game, LJ, like last year for Canyon Lake.
Last year, similar outcome. We came up on the wrong end of the scoreboard. But we really saw a lot of development, a lot of maturity. This is a good Veterans Memorial team that Canyon Lake stayed in it with.
Damn right. Well, LJ, Darren, Chad, Canyon Lake Broadcasting Crew, final shots where we go off the air.
Just a great game all the way around. We talked about at the beginning it was going to be a track meet, and we're going to see whether Canyon Lake could keep up with them. Loved what we saw out of the offense. Certainly just a stable of athletes on the Patriots team, and that was a little more than Canyon Lake could handle. But I thought they acquitted themselves well, and I think this bodes well for them as they approach the district play here in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
I really did. I really enjoyed. The offense of Canyon Lake for certain. I mean, they showed a lot of color. They showed a lot of poise. A lot of weird things happened in this game that could
the
rattle
bizarro
you.
World.
I mean, it just so interesting.
Well, there's going to be a lot of people going back and watching this one again. I promise you.
Yeah, absolutely. Carter Williams, I would say, had again shows up big, and he had the game. And if I'm handing out game balls, I'm going to have to hand it to number 4.
All right, Williams for you. LJ. Darren?
Well, I'm going to give it up to Crowder. Crowder made some plays, made some nice passes. So I give it to him. I thought he did well. And, just a nice job all the way around.
I want to give mine out to Abbott, number 19. Pounded away, and got the Hawks downfield by that offensive line. Well, folks, we thank y'all for joining us tonight. For Chad, LJ, Darren, and Evelyn Stevens, and myself, Corey Martelli, Canyon Lake Broadcasting. We thank you so much. We'll be back next Thursday against East Central Homecoming. Kickoff time will be 7 o'clock. We'll see you there. Good night, and God bless. Touchdown, Canyon Lake! Holy cow!
Winters fakes, pumps, up, and good.
And Anderson gets in on the belly, Pete Rose style. Dad, have you been any prouder?
Shot off. There's Pena on a one-timer.
Oh! Back to Bowers to Volterra. He'll launch a 3 at the buzzer. He got it! Oh, my God! Keep on going. That one is belted deep to left and way gone.
Here comes Coburn for 3. Nothing but net.
There goes Bates. Touchdown!